Hello and welcome to the Legends of Tabletop podcast. We're getting ready to play our DayTrippers game. It's getting pretty tense. Things are pretty crazy right now. So I'm going to kick it over to Todd, let him give us a recap on what's going on, and figure out what's going to happen tonight.
Oh my God. I think in the last 4 sessions, we've managed to cover something like 36 hours of game time. So not very much time. We left you guys off at the end of session 33 on the train, or actually, no, we began 34 with you getting onto the train, heading to Sacramento. You guys are scrambling for a safe location from which to plan your next move. But unfortunately, you're about to learn that it was a bad idea to let Reggie take that Comanaprazole. It does allow you to get access to his dream and to gain some information, but it also fucks Reggie up big time. He gets in a fight with some rando dude at the train, and you guys have to bail. You're pursued by the guard. Nash convinces the guard he doesn't want anything to do with you. You get in the car. You find a place to go. Well, you since you first try bartering for a room at the Anxious Arms because you have no actual money. But that didn't work out too well, so you're out on the street trying to figure out what to do when Reggie bends over and the nappy fucking hits him hard, and reality stretches out for him, and he sees multiple mirror images of himself, looking into mirrors facing each other. You see yourself extended into forever, but each one is a different reality. You realize he's looking at the singular Reggie. Somehow all of the Reggies have lined up through space-time, through the multiverse, and he felt if he could just reach out and touch one, then something miraculous would happen. So he tries to do that, but when he does, it all falls apart. He falls to the floor. Now he can't tell what reality he's in. He gets a vision that he's submerged in blue gel of some kind, a blue goo, and it seems to be taking over his sense of the reality that you guys are actually in. And when all of this is happening, Nash and Trae feel some odd sensation, like there's a ping, and reality is different. You can just feel it. You don't know what it is, but everything feels slightly wrong. And when Trae checks the online forum where he communicates clandestinely with his Clatch, the message he left earlier the day was gone, and a different message that hadn't been there was there. You guys realize that you're in another timeline. So Trae tries to snap Reggie out of it by modifying the AR gear on his head and bombarding him with sensory info to bring him back to the world. But this actually makes it much worse. Reggie stops breathing. Nash has to do CPR to bring him back. And when Reggie comes back to this reality again, there is again that ping sound that Nash and Trae had heard. Reggie heard that while he was in the blue goo. After they check Reggie's vitals and make sure that he's, healthy and responsive and all, Trae checks the online forum again, and it looks like you are back in the home reality again. Real quick, you find another motel. Trae hacks City Cab. He gets the name of the guy from Reggie's nightmare vision, Joram Zakilla. This is the terrorist who Reggie had a vision is going to blow up a building with a bunch of kids in it. And Nash gives a call to Ingwe Cordoba. Cordoba is audibly shaken, and when he realizes it's Nash calling, you hear literal fear in his voice, and he tells you to get your friend Reggie to stop doing whatever the hell he's doing. Things are going crazy over here, and then he hangs up. But just as he's hanging up, in the background, Nash hears a ping. Here we are. Oh, one last thing. Your girlfriend's really mad. Where the hell are you? Corey Jane is broadcasting you fucking her under the table on her show, and she's scoring social cred now. That was a sort of an addendum.
It's all fine.
I was going to point that out.
I'm sorry. I took your line.
Been a little busy dealing with fractionating realities, babe.
Yeah. So we left off we had a conversation in character, and Reggie suggested that he call Cordoba and not be as hostile as Nash has been in the prior two calls. So we were gonna do that, and then Nash would, when that was over, I guess, call Scylla back and try to straighten that out, because she was like, "Yeah, get something on the air," which clearly isn't gonna happen. So yeah.
Okay, is that still the plan?
I think so. Reg,
No.
Look, I'm gonna have to like deal with this soon. I mean, are you gonna call Cordoba? I mean, he might. I mean, maybe you could get something out of him. I mean, you're tied to. I mean, you're wrapped up in all this.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm going to go with my gut on this one, and I'm going to call him. That should scare you.
I
I'm
don't
a
know
little
what's
surprised
gonna
that your
happen.
gut says call him. Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a problem that my gut says call him, because I'm going to make some demands of him, and I'm not so sure that's a good idea.
Well, I mean, maybe he won't hang up on you. I don't.
Maybe he'll give me something else other than just yelling at you about, getting me to stop doing whatever it is that I'm doing, which I'm not doing, by the way. This is happening to me and us and to other me's.
But if he has another Reggie, then is it you or not? I don't know.
If he's got another me, then I want him back. I want me back.
But
There
here's the thing.
Right. Adds another you, then is there a possibility that it is you reaching out to you? So in effect, it would be you doing this.
Yep.
Just not you.
Yeah, except it isn't me, though, is the only difference. Wait, you said that. I'm sorry. You did say that. Yes, you're correct.
Yes.
That's what I think it is. I think I'm reaching out to me, and I want to get to me so that I can free me from myself, from the prison, from the prison that I've created for myself and all of you.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, we were going to go in and, Trae wanted to get the data. We were going to get the data, but if they have another Reggie, then we've got to get the other Reggie too. And then where do you go?
Who? Me or me?
The other Reggie. I don't know.
The other Reggie.
Up.
All right.
Reggie.
Yeah.
When you think about this, when you're talking about this, you have to sort of recall the experience. What was the most uncomfortable thing about the experience?
Oof, the most uncomfortable thing. Okay.
What's the part of it that like you still can't shake? You're trying, but it's like a lingering thought or sensation, or
the idea that we've all been misplaced or displaced, I should say. The scariest thing for me is probably that there's two of me here now, that it seems in this reality when there shouldn't be. Is that
okay? Good. That feeling, it's making you terribly anxious, and you've always been kind of a nervous guy, and that's why you became addicted to Comanapryl in the first place. Kind of like take the edge off reality for you. You've come down. You've been in the hotel for a few hours, and you've come down. But this is fucking with you, Reggie. Every time you think about it, you're trying to shake the feeling that that reality is somehow superimposed and you don't know which one is really the real you. You can't fucking shake it, and you really want to take another nappy.
Reggie's eyes
This is getting to you. You're fucking anxious. You might be jittering.
Reggie eyes just are darting around. He's jittering. He's starting to bite his nails, and he goes, "I think I need another nappy. I think I want another nappy. I don't know if it's anything that I think I want another one." And he starts searching his pockets pretty frantically. He starts like spinning like in a circle. Like he puts his hand in his right pocket and he spins to the right as if he's pulling himself in that direction. We got to find it. More nappy. Who has it? Who stole my nappy?
Reggie, what the fuck, man?
I gotta get back at my nappy.
How long has this been? Like, I know you did it on the train. Like, is this a thing?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's. Hold on. Right. I'm remembering now. Shit. So yes, the short answer is yes. Okay. But right now, the important thing is that I gotta do it. I have to get some of it. I gotta get some of the neffy. Give me that.
Okay. Now I want to just ease the throttle on that a little bit. Because it's not taking over your every thought.
No.
You're talking just like you were a minute ago. You're talking to these guys about your theories, right? But I'm just adding a layer. I'm adding a layer to that, right? It's there the whole time.
Right, yeah. But the throttle isn't because he wants it so bad and that's taking over his thoughts. The throttle is it's because he's anxious about the reality situation. If I misrepresented that, I'm sorry, but it isn't like he's searching for it to try to calm that aspect of it, not so much that it's taking over his every thought.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to make clear, I'm not telling you what to say with your character. I'm just kind of throwing a layer of feeling on top of it to let you know that old life shaper of yours still here.
It's still there. It's still there. I thought maybe I could kick it, but to be very honest with you, it is at these exact moments right now where that is the most helpful to me. And I understand addiction isn't helpful, but this is one of those things. He starts looking around, and it's fine. I just need. Do you have it?
Is it? No, I don't. Fuck! I didn't even know you were doing that.
I know. It's bad. I thought I had it under some sort of control when I started messing around with the devices. I was in the painting. I was focusing differently, but I was kind of half joking about the singularity. I didn't really actually think that I was going to be able to reach out and touch it. And now I just need a little bit of it. Oh God, what was that guy's name? I used to get it from him. Shit.
Oh yeah, and you're trying to think of Clarence's name.
Yeah. He had a guitar.
At that, yeah. You're remembering Clarence, and you were remembering like you're getting a picture of yourself walking in, like you're not you. It's another Reggie. You're walking into Clarence's apartment to score. Yeah, and Nash and Trae, you guys hear a loud ping from outside, from up in the sky.
Oh fuck!
And the room gets visibly 2 shades dimmer.
Nash like stands up and like fucking Velociraptor pose like fuck, what is happening? Like this again. Shit, Trae, did you hear that? You heard that, right?
He'll so he is immediately so 2 things have hit his head. First, he needs to set up an anchor data point, but that'll have to happen in a later time. But he immediately hits up the forum again. So he goes to argofans.com. I'm gonna drive so much traffic to that website, man.
Oh shit! Did I hear it? I don't know if did I hear it?
You are kind of stuck in this vision of yourself because it made you flash back to the earlier vision of yourself. You suddenly, the feeling of blue goo all over your body, you feel it. You don't see it, but you feel it. And it stuns you. You're just standing there trying to figure out which reality you're in. So you go quiet for a second. Oh, and Trae?
Yes.
There is 404 error. Just domain name not found.
Ugh.
Oh
All
my!
right.
I thought you meant for real.
Super-
I'm sorry.
Super quick, if he can. Is there like a WordPress related company in this time? Is there
WordPress
like
like literally?
no, like a would he be aware of a like a place that you go to make a free website kind of thing?
Oh yeah, Talk Place.
Talk Place, perfect. He's going to grab Shy, one of his bots, and instruct her to generate a Reggie 2 Talk Place website. All he wants is just like super basic, create the name, just throw up an image just to keep a placer on it.
That's a fascinating idea. And Nash, do you have any responses? What are you doing?
He's just like looking like he's waiting for something to happen. You know, we heard the ping. Trae's doing his thing. Reggie's like, did I hear the ping? Like fucking twitching, and he's just like,
I know there's a moment when Nash and Trae both look at each other, right? Like, you hear it too, yeah?
yeah.
Oh yeah, immediately. So like I think that's like he looks at Nash, they lock, and then as soon as they hit eye contact is when he immediately darts up to Shy.
Trae's checked out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Trae's checked out. Nash, like what? Just looking around, keeping an eye on Reggie.
Yeah, Reg, what's going on, man? What?
I think I'm getting common episode. Hold on. I just gotta stop. I'm back.
Okay,
I'm going.
Nash, as Reggie is behaving so erratically, you feel the need to touch him and just put your hand on his shoulder. And when you do, you quickly pull back because you could have sworn for a second your skin went through his a little bit.
Whoa! What the fuck?
I'm almost there. Hold on.
He's just like starts to back up a little bit. I think he bumps
Okay.
into Trae.
Yeah, Nash, I need a psyche roll from you.
All right.
Your
Oh,
highest.
guys.
Straight psyche? Can I add psychology to this or no?
Oh no.
Okay. Highest is a 3.
So, straight
Nash is
psychology
freaked
has
out.
nothing to do with the ontology of the material world falling apart.
He's trying to convince himself everything is okay.
Your best number was
fine.
what?
3.
Was a 3.
Yeah, he's freaked out.
Yeah. Hang on a moment.
Oh no, guys.
Oh.
No. Fuck this.
Yeah. That's your response. Do you want to tell me how you respond, or do you want me to roll it because this is you failed it bad?
Yeah, if you want to tell me, like my thought is he's just like sort of like backing up, going no.
That is happening, and you trip over yourself and fall over backwards, and you lose 1 point of psyche.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh no.
So he's just like he's on the floor, and he's just kind of like nope. You're kind of like looking down. Nope.
Yeah, somewhere in the depths. Even you've been in other realities. You've been in dream worlds. You've seen some shit that made you like doubt reality before, but never like right here in this this fucking reality, never to you and Reggie. You and Reggie, you are the
Reggie's a
core of
constant.
the only things that you know. If nothing else exists, there's you and Reggie. And
Mhm.
if you can't trust that, then your whole reality is falling apart.
Yep.
Reggie, back to you.
Hold on. If this is that fucking cat fucking with me again, I'm going to pull every fucking whisker out of his fucking face. But hold on, I'm almost there. I'm just trying to focus. I can't. I'm trying to get there and I'm trying to focus. I have this weird vision right now of I got Nash on the ground in a fetal position going, no. Trae's in one other room, just like feeling the internet all
air.
around him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm just like standing in the middle, like, no, I'm almost there. Just hold on. Like, this is the strangest tableau, I think.
Yeah. And you're in like the cheesiest, cheapest
Oh, it's
motel
terrible.
room.
I wouldn't get on the floor, Nash. I wouldn't touch the floor. How do I know that? I don't know. But I'm back in the goo. But now I'm in Clarence's house. I can't figure it out.
You realize that Jack is hurting, and it sort of
He's
pulls you
hurting
back.
cattle again. I gotta stop him from hurting all the cats.
It's over. The room gets slightly lighter, although Reggie, you don't notice it because what pulls you out is that you wish to run to Jack's side.
All right. Oh fuck, it's fine. I'll peel off, and he hits the floor and he puts his hands on Jack.
Yeah.
Nash, Jackie.
Yeah. What? Where are we at? Are we here?
Hands
Are we-
around your face. Are you all right? He's right up in it with his bug eye. Are you okay?
I don't know. I don't know. Where are we?
Where we were. We're exactly where we were.
And like he reaches up slowly and like puts his hands on your hands to see if I can feel you or not.
Oh,
It feels normal. Trae,
okay.
you noticed the lighting in the room shift back again.
All right. Immediately heads back over to argofans.com.
There it is.
All right. And then from there, we'll grab Shy again and tell her to generate a Reggie1.topplace.com.
Nice.
What the fuck is happening? What is happening?
I don't know. I don't know, but I think as long as we're together and all three of us are sort of like on the same page, I think we can sort of have like a base constant, because I was sort of back in the goo again there for a moment. And I'm not a fan of it. So I'm either in the best place to call this guy or the worst place. I can't figure it out.
Maybe whatever's happening is accelerating. Maybe this is the best time. Trae, do you have anything? Fuck.
I have an idea, although I do not think that it is pertinent to our current situation.
I don't think there's anything that's pertinent to our current situation. So why don't you go ahead and just hit it with what you've got? Because, man, you're coming at it from an angle that I can't even comprehend, but I know it's going to be useful in some way. So hit us.
I have...
No, I mean, hit me in the face right now.
Oh, then he does.
Okay,
Wow.
now tell me all about it.
Yeah. Just like a hammer fist, just like right to the
fist.
side of the head.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I am wondering if perhaps, depending on how this situation works, it appears as though we are at least partially in another state of existence when that happens. I am wondering if perhaps we can use this time as a backdoor of sorts.
Oh, you mean... Now, wait a minute. This might be straight. I think I might have just... Do you mean a back door into Somnambula's, like, internets?
No, as in a back door to Somnambula.
Hey, can I interrupt you? Jesse, can you open Facebook Messenger, please?
It is open, yes. I always keep that open.
I mean, that's a crazy idea, but I mean, that could work, right, Reg? I mean, if we're slipping space, could you take us somewhere?
Well, the suggestion here is that I'm gonna just maybe correct me if I'm wrong. You're suggesting I enter my body that's in Somnambula and sort of go from there, like infiltrate from that direction?
Well, no, as in it appears as though whenever that ping happens, that we temporarily slide into a separate plane of existence. If you can somehow control that, or we can take advantage of the next time that happened, then we may be able to temporarily slide out of this reality, get into Somnambula through their reality, where perhaps we are not on as complicated terms with them, and then come back over.
I wonder.
That is depending on if that is actually how it works. I am not exactly sure on how the slip into reality and back actually occurs.
I wonder if that shit. What's his name again? Fucking Somnambula guy.
Ingwe Cordoba.
Anyway, I wonder if fucking that Cordoba that Nash was talking to was even from our reality. And that's why we had no fucking clue what the hell he was talking. That's why he had no fucking idea what the hell he was talking about.
Reggie?
Uh-oh.
Your phone is ringing.
I have a phone?
Do not.
Wait. No, yeah, he's got a phone. Yeah. Reggie picks the phone up. I've got a phone in my hand and it's ringing. Everyone.
It's Chip.
Reggie!
Uh-oh.
Reggie!
Guys.
Reggie!
What's going on?
No, I don't know.
Who is it?
Reggie!
I'm just gonna roll with it. Hold on. Hi, this is Reggie. You reached Reggie. Please go.
Hey, Reggie.
Hello.
Reggie.
Yes, it's me.
It happened again.
Oh, what happened again?
Well, I wet myself, but that doesn't know that. I mean, I thought that I'd call you because you said it happens to you sometimes too.
Where are you? Wait a second. Hold on.
I'm home.
Oh, okay.
But it was there. I was in my garden, and I was playing with my friends, and then and there was this really loud like kind of clang sound, and everything really weird. My garden disappeared.
And
but now it's back.
Oh, it's back. What came over? What was? I'm sorry. When it disappeared, what showed up? Anything, or was it just?
Well, there was just blank walls.
All right. Would you say that's why you pissed your pants?
Maybe.
All right.
I was very scared when my garden went away.
Oh well, I'm very sorry to hear that. Yes, peeing your pants is natural.
I remember we're pee buddies.
We are pee buddies.
And so I asked to call you because you're my pee buddy.
And they let you do it. That's good.
Yeah, okay. They let me call you. I don't want to bother you, but they let me call you anytime I want because we're buddies. And they said that.
By the way, you can hear the voice of a caregiver in the background who's talking to another. It's right behind Chip.
Yeah.
In the hallway, so he's not unaccompanied.
Yeah. Okay, so you're fine.
His home is not home. That's,
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of figured that. So
yeah,
can I
they
just
said though, anytime something weird like that happens, especially because of the last time, that I can call you, and so I'm doing it now.
Can John me just have a refresher real quick? Chip's still Chip. Okay, where does Reggie? Where did Chip end up going after all that crap? He went away to the place, right? He's still
Chip,
okay.
Chip is
He's
an
basically
inpatient.
he's just in a psych ward.
Okay, all right. Okay.
It's a very
Okay.
nice, very expensive, very bougie suburban kind of psych ward. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Somnambula pays for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Well-
like the place rich ladies go to get off whatever medication they're addicted to.
Now I get it completely. Okay. Well, Chip, I gotta say, it's really nice to hear from you.
You too. But what was the sound was weird. I hadn't heard that before. I
Yes.
didn't like it.
Would you say it was sort of a ping? And Reggie eyes Trae and Nash when he says that. Would you say, Chip, that you heard some sort of a ping?
It was like it was like when you take a piece of metal and tap it against another piece of metal.
Okay. That could be categorized as a ping.
Is that ping?
Yes, that
It
would
kinda
be
goes
ping.
Bing. Is that bing?
Onomatopoeia for the win.
Like that?
So, yes.
I thought
yeah,
it was more
it-
like a bing, but I guess ping also works. Yeah.
Okay, so nothing
Okay,
happened to
and Chip, your nurse is patting you on the shoulder and tapping her timepiece.
Okay, it's snack time. I gotta go, and I'm still a little wet, so I gotta go change.
Okay, but are you? But okay, you're okay though. You just lost your
Yeah, my
garden for a few
garden's back
seconds?
now, so I'm good.
Does everybody look the same to you?
Yeah, now
Same people? What were they when they didn't look the same?
my roommate wasn't my roommate.
What was they?
Well, he's just a different person. He had like long hair. It was weird because John usually keeps his hair really short. They don't
Even-
like to have him because he likes to cut his hair himself. But okay, I'm going now.
Wait, I need
Okay.
more.
Yeah,
I gotta
and
go.
The nurse is now taking the phone
I gotta wait. First, I want you to talk to my friend Trae. Hold on 1 second.
and saying
Bye.
it was. I want to thank you for talking to Chip. It was very important to him, and we need to keep him stabilized as much as possible.
Oh, I totally
This
understand.
new symptom means that he's probably not responding well to the latest medication, so we're going to try another. But I do thank you for helping to calm him down, and we will absolutely keep you posted.
Can I just ask your name? Could I ask your name?
Yeah, you can ask my name, but it's going to take me a minute to.
I mean, you do understand that makes it a little suspicious what name you're going to tell me if it's. God, I so wanted to have Trae talk to Chip so bad.
My name is Isaac.
Okay, Isaac, yes. And you've been in his care for the whole time?
I'm actually fairly new here, just a couple of weeks, but I came on duty, and apparently Mr. Parsons was exhibiting schizoid symptoms.
Oh, that's no good. Now, what were you giving him before, and what are you going to give him now?
Well, I'm not a doctor, and I don't administer the doses personally. I
Just
just,
the name.
I'm sorry.
Just the name of the drug?
Oh, I think Clara Beecham is the current drug, but I heard some of the doctors talking about that this apparently is a potential side effect. So they're gonna give him something better now. I assure you, we are absolutely taking all the best possible care, and this does not necessarily represent a backsliding of any kind. Something random may have triggered a memory or an grammatic response.
Okay, so just so I understand you correctly, and that I am very sorry, you've been very helpful. The Clara Beecham, this sort of event that just happened to Chip, is considered a side effect of that drug?
Well, not every drug can be 100% tailored to fit 100% of the population.
Of course.
I'm sure you've heard many of the disclaimers in the commercials.
God, don't even get me started.
The reason that they're legally required to list those side effects is because in a small, tiny, minuscule percentage of cases, there may be people whose systems respond in an unpredictable way.
Hey, we all got to cover our asses. I get it.
You see?
Okay. I thank you, Isaac, for all of your help.
Certainly, sir. And you may call at any time. You are on Mr. Parsons' contacts list, and we will do our best to keep you informed of his progress.
Can he get a cookie? Can someone just bring him a cookie? It'd be great if I could just have someone bring him a cookie.
I would be happy to bring him a cookie, sir.
Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate it very much.
Very well, then. Come on, Chip. It's medicine time. Goodbye.
Reggie just stares at the phone. He stares at the phone. He just stares at the phone, actually.
Was
I don't have
that
anything.
fucking Chip? Chip fucking called? What happened to Chip?
Hey, Chip heard the ping. And then he lost his garden. And then he had a new roommate. And now there's this Isaac.
What do you mean Isaac?
That's the guy's name who's taking care of him. Was that the name of the caretaker before? I don't even fucking remember.
Man, I don't fucking remember. But,
God,
but if his garden disappeared, then Chip slipped too.
I feel like... Thank you. Yes. So, is that our Chip? It's got to be our Chip, right? I mean, he's pissing his pants. It's definitely our Chip. It's definitely our Chip. I mean, come on. Peabody's? Come on. How many realities could that realistically exist in? Seriously.
It's like Nash kind of thinks about it for a minute and then shakes his head because it's probably too many to think about.
I mean, if you had to put a number on the exact amount of realities, you know what? Never mind. I see what I'm doing. Never mind.
Fuck, man. We've got to fucking handle this because this.
So let me ask you this though. Yeah, let's handle it. I got no idea. I mean, I like Trae's idea of just maybe like the next time this comes about, just sort of accepting myself into the Reggie and the blue goo, and then you've got a man on the inside.
But he's stuck in the fucking tank with the goo.
That's true. I'm trapped in the tank. Okay, well maybe. Listen, maybe I should just call Cordoba.
I think that's the best plan.
Okay, I think I'm going to do it. He takes out his phone. Oh, what's this motherfucker's number?
Hold on. He swipes the number over.
I don't have him in my phone. What did you do?
I swipe it.
I saw air save, air share. What is this? What do I do with this?
What the hell are you talking about?
What did you just send me? Oh wait, hold on.
Fucking Cordoba's number.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. Beep boop 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 beep, and he does it. He does whatever beep boop 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 beep does. Hello? Oh, it's ringing.
Yeah.
Apparently, numbers in the future have been reduced down to 5.
Cordoba answers. He's actually gonna. Let me see. He's actually gonna turn on his camera, so I'll share with you if I can make it work.
How do you heal someone from a psyche point? Is it even possible?
Months of therapy.
Is that how that
Therapy.
Fuck.
Pickle juice.
Pickle juice directly into the cornea. And I don't understand. No! Oh, God. He looks like my cousin Justin. Seriously. He messes with my brain.
Okay, so when he first answers the phone, you can tell he's there are beads of sweat on his forehead. The guy is highly agitated, and he looks angry. But when he sees that it's not Nash and realizes it's Reggie, he sort of catches himself. You can see him trying to think of what to say. You literally stunned him for a second. So if you want the first word, you get it.
Which one are you?
Mr. Carlisle.
Am
What
I in the
have you-
blue goo? Do you have me in the blue goo?
I-
Yeah, I know about the blue goo. Let's just not stumble around it. Am I in your blue goo right now?
That is a difficult question to answer. What did you just do
Hey, man.
about 5 minutes ago?
What did I do? Listen, I don't really feel comfortable telling you anything, to be honest, about anything that I may or may not trying to be doing. I'm trying to find out if you're the one who's got me in the blue goo.
I don't know what your sources of information are. Evidently, you're talking to someone inside Somnambula, and that's fine.
You're not
You have a
wrong.
right to do so. But the important thing is, whatever you've been doing, please understand me. You need to stop.
Well, here's one thing I've learned about you and your organization is that I'm going to do the opposite of all the things that you think you put out there is to do. Doesn't mean I'm going to just go fly off and do something irresponsible. I have no idea what's going on. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm inside your blue goo right now. That's where I am.
All right.
And I have a feeling that you started this by going inside my head.
He is deeply and straightens himself up, closing his eyes. He's obviously using some sort of self-centering technique to try to calm and focus himself.
Mindfulness, excellent.
And he says, Mr. Carlisle, I cannot, at least not quickly, explain to you what's going on. While I assure you, you have absolutely no idea how big this is. The very existence of our world may depend on it. And so, regardless of your opinion of me, I'm begging you to stop doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Look, I can't keep him sedated forever. I can't stop this forever.
No, you can't just throw something out like that at me when I know who you're talking about and not give me at least a little bit more. You've got me on the carrot. Now just give me the stick. That was wrong. Never mind. It didn't work. Just tell me. I don't know who. I mean, I know it's me, but why? And how do I even know that it's the actual or it's the me and not just a me from your reality? What if I just go ahead and just slip right into him and then I come talk to you in person? What about that?
If you're capable of doing that, then perhaps that's a plan. Perhaps that's a plan.
You didn't say
I'm
bad
sorry,
plan.
Mr. Carlisle. I don't know any better than you do. All I know is that reality itself is at stake here. It's coming undone.
Okay, I'm going to assume for a minute that you know a lot more about what you're talking about than I do. What do you suggest that I do? And don't say stop doing what I'm doing, because I'm not gonna. What do you suggest that I do? What would be your ideal resolution to this?
You did something yesterday afternoon that caused alarms to go off here. And just about 5 minutes ago, you did it again. What were you doing?
I think I'm going to have to trust you a little bit more to go any deeper than that. All that's really should be important to you right now is that I did something and I can do it again. So unless we're going to be doing this dance over and over again, which I don't mind doing it, you know, I'm not a good dancer, but I'll try. Then maybe meeting in the middle and we figure this out together, or you just leave us the fuck alone.
I don't think you should come here.
Well,
I'll meet with a member of your team. But frankly, I'm frightened of what might happen should the proximity decrease.
You're talking about the proximity between me and me. Am I right? I mean, let's not just don't beat around this particular bush. You've got me in a goo.
No, Mr. Carlisle. The person in the tank is not you, unless we fail to keep him in the tank. Now, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how you're interacting with him. But I need you to stop, because it's having effects on anyone he knows. Can you please try to consider what it is? And in the meanwhile, I recommend just perhaps relax. Go for a stroll. Take in a movie. Maybe take a nap, but not a deep one. We're not sure what your dreams can do.
Okay, well, I mean, the only way I'm even going to consider that is if you stop trying to fucking kill me and my friends.
I'll make you a deal, Mr. Carlisle. I'm not ready yet to give up on the experiments that I've been running, and I assure you that I have nothing personal against you. In fact, you may be one of the few people who can save this timeline. But I'm also not at liberty to discuss this over the phone, and you definitely cannot come here. So that leaves us a few options.
Okay, I'm listening to what I'm listening to. Oh wait, do you have those options, or are you saying there are a few
You said
options?
you said a minute ago he would be willing to meet with a member of your team.
Yeah. Okay. Let me discuss it with my team. But you also haven't said. So you want me to send one of my team in to just what, get murdered?
I will call off the contract. So look, that was a mistake. Your friends were getting in the way. It's you, Mr. Carlisle. You are the subject of interest here.
That's what friends do, though. You know, they get in the way, regardless of timelines. So, I mean, I'll do the same for them. So I feel like me just like sending one off to just go meet with you is me just forsaking that whole thing.
Mr. Carlisle, I will listen to your lesson about the importance of friendship, and I'll bring my violin to accompany your lecture if we manage to save this world. But until then, I hope you will cooperate and just don't do anything crazy.
Well, I'm not sure that's anything that I can promise or if I'm even capable of not doing. I think if you have who I think you have, and I think you probably already know that. I think our conversation is done. I'll probably call you back with an answer on this whole sending my friend off to meet you.
You have no idea who I have here, Mr. Carlisle, and I don't either. Good day.
Hey, one thing though, don't just keep your violin close by because I'm going to want to hear that fucking tune. And then he hangs up. Reggie just kind of stares at his phone for a few seconds. So I'm a little bit more confused than I was, but I can't let him know that because, well, I don't think he has any real reason to not admit that there's another me in there, and he wouldn't do it.
I mean, it has to be. You.
Well,
real quick,
yes, please.
So if Cordoba was on video, does that mean like did we hear all that as well? Or
so.
Yeah, you could, and you could see that he was in one of those curved hallways on the second floor of Somnambula.
They kept talking to him.
Somnambula Industries. In fact, Nash, give me a brains roll.
I would love to do so. See how many dice I have for that. Just 2.
Oh my god!
I got a 5.
Oh, you know what? This is This is a yes and. So you can tell me what the and is, but you recognize that exact door. He's standing right outside the blue goo room. And
I remember the code for the door.
oh, nice. Nice.
All right. He says this. I mean, you heard him, so I'm gonna want to know. I mean, I guess here's what I believe, and we can sort of go from there. I believe that that the proximity thing is probably accurate. That's probably worth trusting, because what's that? The third time, or the second or third time where he's clearly been on edge about something that he thinks I'm doing, right?
Right, but
Yes.
you're not doing anything. Are you? I mean,
well, I'll tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not doing nothing. So whenever this is happening, right, I'm doing something, but I can't. Okay, I can't put my finger on it exactly, other than saying I'm trying to access something without actually being there.
All right, give me a brains roll, Reggie. If psyche's higher, you can do that.
I mean, is that like a
Way higher. I'll do psyche if that's okay. And I this is listen. Reggie understands more about
your
this.
highest.
Reggie understands this stuff more than John does. So I don't know if I'm reading into any of this right. My highest is
like-
a 6.
is that a
You gotta
lucid
say-
dreaming thing?
Yeah. Okay. So this is a yes and. So the yes is you realize what put it together. Both times you were not just talking or thinking or philosophizing, but like actually picturing the singular Reggie.
As a concept, or picturing like that huge line that connecting.
Somewhere between. It was more than a concept. I mean, more than just talking. You talked about it before, but it was triggered the first time by you having an image, kind of like where you stepped outside yourself and you were looking at yourself, and it sort of regressed into an infinity. And then this time, you were just kind of talking about something hypothetical and you separated from yourself, and it split out into first you felt the blue goo. So both times is when you're like kind of seriously imagining the singularity.
Okay.
And what
And
else do you realize?
okay. I'm feeling, hold on. I know I have something cool. Hold on. I'm trying to. So I realize that I'm picturing, or I'm thinking about, or being in the singularity. Is that, and that's when these things were happening that Cordoba seems to want me to stop. Is that accurate?
That feels like the connecting. Yeah.
Okay. So the and. Okay. So can the and be that layered on top of that? I realize something about the steps that need to be taken to actually walk that line. Does that make any sense? Like, maybe not understanding like how to do it, but just sort of like something clicks where it's like, oh, like what could be possible is that you can travel.
What could be possible is that a combination of lucid dreaming plus maybe that brain amplification has given your mind a power it didn't have before. And when you imagine the singularity, or when you imagine, like, it's kind of like when you're in a dream and you imagine like lucid dreaming, you don't say in the dream, you don't say, I'm going to try lucid dreaming now, right? You don't say the name of the skill and roll dice, right? In the dream, you just go, I want a milkshake. And now you have a milkshake, right? It doesn't even go poof. It's not even a surprise. It's just like, now you have one. It's just a fact. Like whatever facts you imagine just are real. It feels like that. It feels like you're kind of lucid dreaming
Okay.
and making it happen.
Okay.
And you're not even really trying to, but this means so much to you.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
mean,
much
you've been
this
going
whole
on
thing.
about this, for months and months, and the whole singularity concept.
But to be honest, I never thought I never really actually thought. I never really truly thought that maybe this. I don't know what to think. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I know what I'm going to say next. Is that an okay and that it's like, oh, it's lucid dreaming? The connecting tissue here is lucid dreaming.
Yeah, I think that, okay, so the yes is, you figured out that the connection is when you're imagining the singularity, and you actually connect somehow with another reality.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like you can say, and then the and was you going, well, how could that be? And realizing it feels a lot like lucid dreaming.
Okay. Yes. Okay, let me just write that. John, me will forget all of this. Oh my God, I wish I would. Oh my God. Okay.
And you have suspected this before. In fact, I don't know if you're saying any of this out loud, but Nash would even concur, because once in a while, Reggie seems to have succeeded in making weird shit happen in the real world.
Yeah.
The way I always picture it is anything that John says in Reggie's voice is Reggie saying it out loud.
Yeah, like he just stops and just starts like pontificating or
Exactly.
soliloquizing.
Yeah.
I was just going to suggest that everything that Todd just said, you guys just heard.
I think you do that though.
The way
I think
I always
we've
picture it is
established
like, the way I picture it is that Todd is the voice in Reggie's head.
Yeah, yes.
And so Reggie's actually sitting there like nodding a little bit, and then he actually says out loud, like, yeah, actually makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, like real time. It's like real time.
Exactly. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Right. Hold on. Wait. Yep. Okay, listen. He wants to meet with one of you. How does that sound?
We heard it. I mean,
I forgot. Okay, we're fine. So I know you heard it. So I just want to kind of start from there.
I mean,
because he doesn't want me any closer. He wants me to stop, and he's worried about a proximity situation with the man in the blue goo.
I mean, we have to settle this. If that means talking to him, I mean, we can start with talking, but I'm not going to promise that I'm not going to fucking kill him.
So I don't
Which is
need
exactly the reason. That is the reason, not to speak out of order, Mr. Nash, but I believe it is I who should go meet with him. If he does not want Mr. Reggie there, that is not an option. And as you said, while I do believe that you are more than qualified to speak with him, given your past history, I do not believe that I do believe that if a triggering episode were to happen, that it would, as you have said before, go off the rails. And I do not believe that we need that to happen in this moment.
Okay. Can I throw something? Can I layer something on top of that? Because it sort of just occurred to me. I know you guys heard all this. He seemed pretty fucking scared of the man in the blue goo. Did he not? Was that something that I just made up, or did he seem like
Very much so.
he was trying to keep that person? What if this is like a bad Reggie? I just got kind of worried for a second that there's like a bad Reggie.
But I think, I mean, maybe, right? Maybe. But I wonder if the issue just is the fact that you guys are both in the same.
Right, but that's his fault.
Same universe. Yeah, I mean, because if he's awake and you're awake, then that may be causing, he's kind of like waving his hands, whatever this is. So he's trying to keep him sedated. But Reg, should we? I mean, is it an option on the table to take out that other Reggie if we have to? I mean, how do we get him back? I mean, regardless if he's good or bad, you fly the ship, man.
Mr. Reggie, you do have coordinates to our material plane, correct?
I do. I think we also have the coordinates to the other one too, don't we?
Well, perhaps if
It's
he
like
is
slightly to
also
the right.
a Reggie and he is also a pilot, perhaps he knows the coordinates to his home, which in theory should not be the same as ours.
I keep going back to that time that we landed at Christ. What's the name of the place? The freaking goddamn it.
Oh yeah.
I keep it Diaspora.
Diaspora.
I keep remembering that time where we saw us going and joining, going to war with the crab people and being disgusted, So I from the beginning of this whole thing, I've been of the opinion that even if there is, and clearly there is, multiple all of us's everywhere, that not all of them are us here. So there's going to be a different ideology or whatever in this other Reggie that maybe is in conflict or something with mine. I don't know. Maybe we're not in the right reality. Maybe that's the problem, is that we came into this reality, or I came into this reality, and now your Nash, I mean not your Nash, your Reggie's the one in the blue goo. I'm not even your Reggie. Oh God! Oh, I just got a headache.
He slaps you.
Okay,
You're
so
a fucking Reggie. Don't ever say that.
brains rolls for everybody.
Sure.
Everybody make a brains roll. You want to beat 4.
Is
It's
it
not that
brains?
hard.
Can I, okay.
5.
My highest is a 4.
Yeah, okay. So it's not too hard. I mean, you said it. So the very next place Jack's mind goes is there was the slip with Charlie. How do we know he brought us? How do we know he brought us back to the same Earth?
Okay, I don't. Wait, do we all think of that?
You all beat 4, so yeah, you all have the same thought right after you say it.
You know what?
If Nash wants to say it out loud, he can be the first to say it out loud.
I think it's like the slow camera pan, right? Like it just sort of circles the three of us, and we all kind of turn and look and lock
And you all
eyes.
go, Charlie, at the same time.
Cat. Hey,
Fuck.
we gotta find you. We have to find you and Trae. Right?
I don't know, because that's gonna be bad. We can't all be together at the same time.
No, I don't think it works that way. I think that's sort of something that Back to the Future kind of fucked everyone's head up about. That's not how it works.
Wait, what?
Hold on, what are you talking about?
No, I'm saying if you can't be in proximity to you, then we don't want to have all three of us together. What the fuck is that gonna cause?
Yeah, but I don't mean all three of us. I mean, we need to find Nash and Trae and maybe Chip of this reality.
But wait. No.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Pull me back.
Well, look, in the other reality, Scylla wasn't who she I mean, I guess she was still a star, but she wasn't successful anymore, right? So
call Scylla right now. Call Scylla right now. Call her right now. But
she called me. There was a video of.
But then there was a thing. Then I did a thing. There was another thing. There was 2 things after that call.
So are you saying we're not in our own reality right now?
That is my very uninformed, but maybe accurate opinion right now. I feel like we should do a couple of tests, and I think one of those tests should be you calling Scylla right now.
Well, Trae did one test on his forum, and it's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why this is all kind of going on in the background. Trae had the idea, but it very quickly went out of his head because he's in his reality, in his mind, he's done his check and it paid off.
Did you tell us that? Wait, did we know that?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
No, you just saw him going like this.
Yeah, right, exactly. As I was trying to get my Napersil and Nash was having his, freak out on the floor.
That is, but he has an idea to kind of soothe their minds, but he's going to let this kind of play out first. Shit.
So Reggie's got his hand.
Would
like,
I
up,
even
he's going
ask?
down that.
I'm not gonna.
Oh shit! Roll.
All right.
This-
I'll call her.
This happens. I'm gonna go. Jesse is gonna go over here for a second.
We're like breaking. This is crazy. All the walls are down. There's a fifth wall that we've broken down. Where did that come from?
Just wait. I got 6 or 7.
Fuck.
Great.
God damn it. All right, look, let me call her. Fuck.
If I turn around and there's a Reggie behind this curtain, I'm leaving.
So Nash punches in like very slowly, punches in the number that he remembers that is her number to see if it calls her. Like he doesn't do the auto dial. He punches in the number that he knows.
What are you doing there? It's taking you forever. What are you doing about that?
But if we're in another reality and she's on auto dial on another Nash's phone, it's not going to be this.
But what are you like? You're typing enough. Okay, I get it. Sorry.
Look, do you want to know if we're where the fuck we're supposed to be?
This is my thing. I'm sorry. Do you think? I'm sorry.
It autofills. It autofills with Scylla.
Okay. So he waits to see if she picks up because she was pretty angry.
I wonder who Nash had sex with in this reality.
Susie.
Susie is Scylla.
he video calls, right? Because we got to check that.
Oh,
yeah. She answers it. There's a little camera floating very close to her face, and she says, "Just a minute." And then she mutes it, and you can kind of see from the peripheral of the camera that she's seated around what looks like a boardroom table, and there's a bunch of other rich, wealthy business people. So she's in some kind of a meeting. You see her get up and, gesture. She needs just a minute. Everybody take a break. Several people relax. You get the feeling that when she gets up and leaves the room, just, quick shot of the peripheral, a bunch of people breathe a sigh of relief. Like she's been riding them pretty fucking hard.
So Nash has a hand over the phone. He's like, she's in a meeting.
Isn't she always in a meeting?
I don't know.
She goes out into the hallway. You see her wave a couple people away, and then she goes to a terrace overlooking a little sort of like an indoor garden area. She glances around to make sure she's alone, and then she unmutes the mic. She says, "Yeah, have you handled that thing? Look, I'm sorry I yelled at you before, but I just don't need her fucking springboarding off of me. Everybody told me she was going to do it. I said no. I defended her, and I was fucking wrong. And meanwhile, I've got a lot bigger problems to deal with. These fuckers want to try a goddamn hostile takeover. I mean, I've been in control of the company for 24 fucking hours. So, how's your day?"
I'm going to be honest. It hasn't been much better. Look, I didn't do the show thing. Look, Reggie's been shot. There's a whole fucking thing right now. We're out in fucking Sacramento right now.
Wait, back up. Is he okay?
He's okay. We got him to a dock down in where was it?
You're going to tell her that you were in Bothing?
I think he might at this point, right? I mean, maybe.
Okay, so then her next question is, what the fuck are you doing in Bothing? You know what? Never mind. I understand. You have your own life going on. I'm being unfair, but we have to talk, Jack.
No, I know.
Now,
Look,
I can't do it now, and obviously you've got things to get back to. I don't think we can go on like this.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, if this is about the Corey thing, look, I had no idea that's
Not about the
she
Corey
was-
thing. Look, it's not the end of the world. I don't know what to say right now, Jack. I'll figure out my end on my own. You figure out your end on your own, and when we have time, we will schedule a meeting and figure out our future. Okay.
Like he
Talk to you soon.
grimaces.
Click.
Like, so his head drops and he kind of turns the phone off and he's like, that didn't go as well as I thought it might.
Yeah, I'll take the hit. I'm sorry.
No.
Well, let me ask you this though. Actually, I got to step out for this because I don't know if I know this or not. She said she's been in charge of the company for 24 hours. Wasn't it? Was it not longer than that, or is that like has that little amount of time passed since we got our asses handed to us over and over again? I thought it was longer than that, but I could be.
It's only a little longer than.
All right, that's fine. Then I'm latching onto the wrong thing. All right, we're good.
Because we've only been like 36 hours of game time in the
Yes.
last 12 sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to, if that jumped out at me, but I'm barking up a tree that doesn't exist.
They had
Which-
the funeral and then they had the will reading. Like it was a
Yes,
drawn out process. It wasn't just like,
Gotcha. Okay, well, listen, I'm sorry.
well, I mean, that's
I'm really quick. I'm just gonna say, Trae, go ahead and make an encryption roll. You guys get back to your conversation in a minute, but Trae is wiggling his fingers in the air. So
All right, yeah.
I just
I'll
want to
actually say this is pretty intense. So Trae is actually he's reached into he has like a messenger bag that he always has on him. And he's actually reached in and he has wireless earbuds and he's put them in.
We get it.
And that encryption is 6789.
Ooh,
I rolled a 6, a 556.
nice.
It's meant to be.
It is. Whatever it
Thank
is.
you. Okay. And
So yeah,
now-
Harmon, the bot, actually like does a quick spin. He like pulls a curtain, and when he pulls it back, he's in a police uniform, and he like kind of wipes his hands and then goes off screen.
It's adorable. So anyway, maybe I shouldn't have suggested that you do that. I mean, I had an idea. Apparently, the last thing I want to do. Listen, I know I have my thoughts about that whole situation, but the last thing I want to do is, get in the way of anything. But that's something.
I mean, look, that's like fuck. I mean, look. Let's not worry about that right now.
Okay.
The key takeaway is that she is still the Scylla that we know. Her dad's passed, and she's taken over the company. Right? That's our timeline, right? I mean, that's everything that we've been a part of.
Yeah, she didn't say anything that violates your knowledge of your timeline.
I mean, but she was with us. So if she came back to the other timeline,
That's
too,
fucking true. Okay.
Okay. Now Trae, make a programming roll.
I'm sort of thinking that like we should.
Nash doesn't say any of that.
No, but I heard it though. I heard it. So we should have a baseline sort of like acceptance of that we're back on our timeline. So I
have to think so, right? I mean, like,
yeah.
so whatever happened, whatever you did, like he uses air quotes, there was a ping and the room got dark, like things changed.
Okay.
But there was none of that when we came. Like Charlie bounced us out of our timeline, and we saw ourselves. Right? I mean, we didn't see us, but we saw the Bago. But then we came back here. Like we knew Jacko was working. I think that when we came back. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be.
I want to go with the ping is the indicator. I think we have to sort of go in and like hyper focus on that ping. We need to do an experiment. Another one.
Is it safe to?
Nope.
I mean,
I want to try and recreate what I'm doing on purpose.
No. I get it, but should we meet with Cordoba before you do that? I mean, he was pretty insistent.
Okay. Well, so I guess the question now is who best to go. I mean, if you're going to go in there guns blazing, then throws out the window.
I'm not. I mean, no. I mean, maybe. I don't. I want to kill him. I want to kill him so fucking bad, Reg. You don't know.
No. I mean, listen. You're right. I don't know, but I know that you have those urges. I'm trying to. So
look, I'm not a bloodthirsty guy, but he ruined.
Yes, he did.
Our fucking lives.
Yes, he definitely did do that, and he's still doing it. But I think going in there and just killing him actually creates a bigger rift between us and the truth.
Look, I don't. I mean, as much as I want to kill him, I'm not going to go in and just kill him. Right? I'm not a fucking murderer.
Okay. No, I know. But now I don't know how to protect. See, here's the problem: is that this is fine and everything, but like, how do we protect you? How do we protect whoever goes in? You know?
I mean,
I don't know how to. I don't like this. The answer is no. No one goes unless we've got some assurances. I don't know how.
Trae and I can go together, right? I mean, we could go together. We could meet him. We could meet him outside. We could meet him in a public place. And the chances of something happening are less.
All right. So what if? Okay, maybe you call him back and you set up a meet.
I don't think he'll take a call from me. He may have to meet with me, but I don't think he's gonna want to.
Oh, this is beautiful because we can take advantage of his hatred for you two. You know, because like he won't be. You know, I like this. Maybe we don't tell him it's you. Oh, maybe we don't tell him it's you.
I mean, who the fuck else is it going to be? I mean, it's
Trae.
either going to be.
It could also be Trae.
Yeah. Trae. Like we look over and he's just fingers.
You know what? Now he's gone. My favorite part of these last few minutes is that they're just playing this other game in the chat. It's my favorite. Like, there's so many walls coming. This is awesome.
Well, let's catch up the audience
because they're doing.
All right.
They won the game. They won the game.
Trae.
Yeah, we won. The game's over, guys.
Trae has answered the question that was asked a couple minutes ago by hacking into municipal PD records and finding the record of the time that Reggie got a speeding ticket in his cab, proving that you are the same Reggie that got the speeding ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
But I don't know that. I don't know that. We don't know that yet, though, Nash. Don't worry about anything that just happened. We don't know that.
So basically, I'll say
we're still arguing about this.
Yeah. From Trae's point of view, so like we saw, like we did Harmon into the police suit, and then he like sneaks off, and then he comes back with and jingles a key and like hands that off to Tarek. Tarek like pulls out a bow, and you see like a old school video game target system come up, and it targets like a little building, and he shoots the arrow, and then there's like a rope attached to it, and then Rusk like jimmies along the rope, and then goes in and like uses the key to like open up a door, And now he's there, and he took out like a piece of paper with Reggie's face on it.
And I just want to be clear to the viewing and listening audience. None of this is visually happening for anyone except Trae.
Yep.
It's all the augmented cartoon world in his head.
Yeah. And so that's when he plastered a picture up of Reggie's face, and that did the data scroll of their system to find like a record of Reggie.
That was your final programming. Your final programming role was for creating a structured query, and I actually thought that you would create a query string, but no, of course you just used Reggie's face. That makes much more sense.
Yeah. Well, that's it's the shorthand. So I figure he has a lot of pre-written scripts. He does this all the time. So it's literal, these are all shortcuts that he uses to initiate all these pre-written scripts that he has.
I just last night I saw episode 1 of Mr. Robot, and it's when he's hacked so many people, it's just like a routine for him. Let's run this check on him and let's drop her into there. Oh, it got 2 hits. This is her password. Here it is.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So if he has that, so he'll do that, and once he gets that, he'll shoot back to him, and he'll take it and then slide it over to Reggie's phone.
Over to their phone. Yep.
Yeah.
So Reggie, there's a bing. And you look at your phone, and it's your mugshot from 3 years ago, when you wanted to erase this dude who was pissing you off, so you took your cabs into manual mode, and you both got speeding tickets.
So anyway, what I'm telling you is I don't know how to protect you. So hold on. Okay, all right. Well, never mind. That's me.
What the fuck is that?
And then he reaches up, hits pause on his music player, takes the headphones out, puts them back, puts them in the bag.
Can we just get a real quick what the music is? Do we already know that? I just don't remember. What's the music that Trae listens
He likes
to?
old school grunge core shit.
Ooh, yeah, nice, cool. Okay, good. So it's not the stuff that Jackman was doing in Swordfish. Not that.
No.
Okay, fine. That's probably best.
No, it's weird, techno grunge core.
Got it. I
garbage.
Love it.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. So this is just okay. I think we can just stop with the. That's my bed. Hey Trae, you're just fantastic. You're fantastic. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
All right. Well, good. Well, so then we know where we are, right? I mean,
yeah, I think we're confident now, or I am. I'm sure Trae's known for probably 5 or 6 minutes, but I feel good about his research.
Trae, thank you for doing that, because fuck,
where the hell would we be, honestly, without? Okay, well, I don't want to think about that. So I think maybe I think that would be a fun little surprise for Cordoba to be talking to you about this.
I mean, it's just the 3 of us, and you can't do it. So I think maybe Trae and I should go together. We meet him in a public place, like I said. Then there's less chance that he's going to pull something, less chance that we'll do anything. We need information.
Yes.
And
Mr. Nash, are you sure that you will be able to keep your cool?
Yes.
I have a feeling that he will attempt to instigate you. He seems to be that type of personality.
I don't know. He seems pretty scared right now, though.
He seems to be scared of Mr. Reggie. But from the interactions that you have had with him in the last few hours, he does not appear to have the same fear of you.
No, I didn't think it was a fear of me. I think it's more of this situation that he's created. I had been willing to let things be after our last foray into Somnambula, and he's pushed this to a different level. If he's willing to call off his dogs, then perhaps then we can let this lie. But if he has another, so if he wants Reggie, he like points at Reggie, and he obviously
when Reggie was talking to Cordoba, you guys heard it, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming he had it because he had a video thing.
Because there was a sentence in there where he said he'll cancel the contracts.
Yeah.
By which he means the hits on you.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I assume that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, I still think there should be. Oh, so go ahead. Sorry.
Well, so you're one of the dreamers. So he wants you, and obviously can't have you. So he did an end around, however, and found another Reggie in another part of the multiverse. But that's not. I mean, that's not a workable solution.
That's terrible. That's a terrible thing he did. Yes.
The other Reggie needs to go home.
I agree wholeheartedly, which is why I think that if you do meet with him, he needs to be informed of what happens if anything happens to you, and that is I'll be sitting in a room ready to connect with the Reggie in the blue goo if anything happens to you. Is that fun?
That brings up 2 points for me, Mr. Reggie.
Okay.
One, I believe that Mr. Nash, during our meeting, we should ensure that Mr. Reggie is in a secure location. There is no saying that while we are outside of Mr. Reggie's, for lack of a better term, protection, that they will not attempt to make a move on him.
Very astute.
My other observation, Mr. Reggie, you had mentioned about this potential evil, Reggie. How are we? You have been attempting, or at least accidentally, accessing a different plane of existence. How do we know that if it is another Reggie, that this one has not been successful in controlling his ability to do that? Perhaps that is what the danger to our reality is.
Do you know that not once did I ever consider that I'm not one of the main protagonists in this story? What if he's the one? What if he's the protagonist? That's true. Trae, that's brilliant. Okay, so if we move forward with that, we can say that they've stolen a Reggie from its own timeline, and that Reggie figured it out. But I will say this. If he did figure it out, was I wise enough to know not to use it to this point? Because, to be honest, if I figure this out in a way that I really want to use it. So,
well, Cordoba did mention that whenever you do what you do, it wakes him up to a certain extent. Perhaps they are keeping him sedated so that he will not be a threat. Perhaps Cordoba is not our enemy in this situation.
Kind of sounds like what he was trying to say.
Meta, I love how when I said that, John's head just went, what?
Well, because now it's like, I'm the bad guy, which is fun too.
Well, no, so
I don't mean that's what you meant. Yeah.
What if we're the good, and like in this particular instance,
yeah,
that Cordoba is not the bad guy, but he's actually like containing the bad. So he's not necessarily a good guy because he probably brought the bad here.
He did the thing.
It's his fault.
Use it.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Yeah, exactly. Like he found the bomb and he brought the bomb here, but now at least he's trying to make the bomb not go off.
Well, no, then you just send it back to where it fucking came from.
That's not an option
he
for these
can.
people.
Well, yeah. I mean, would you give up that weapon?
Yeah.
If only you guys had some way of finding out what the hell's going on inside Somnambula.
Right?
I mean,
All right, I'm going to access him again. Hold on. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I think this is how
Trae does. I mean, Trae does still have that ID. Like I can gain access.
You do.
Okay, so what if it's like a 3-pronged thing here? Let's do the 3-pronged trident maneuver. Nash meets with Cordoba. Trae breaks in with his fancy, things, and then I'll go hide somewhere. Maybe I'll find the people in Bosom. Bosom? I'll hide somewhere like underground, just like ready to blow the world up. What do you think of that?
I've heard worse ideas.
Yeah.
What? Whoa! Hold on.
I think that's where the he goes, what do you think of that? And that's where we just cut to the other two guys. Nobody says anything. Commercial break.
Is there a way for if Trae is currently in the Muni system, and I mean we were always kind of worried that Cordoba has an in, so he kind of could theoretically, like, he's not super powerful, but he might be paying off a detective or someone else with access.
Yeah, he's more wealth than power.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he can throw his money around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
obviously,
he has Dream Deck data. So
he's got some sort of connection to Paco Veneer because syndicate connection, and there's some sort of political angle that prevents Bento from getting in a cross situation.
Right.
So they probably have a shared ally.
And I mean, if he's in, right. And if he's in with like Cartel as well, and their import export, like, they probably also are paying off some cops somewhere.
Could be.
Like, so is it in the system? Would it theoretically be possible? Like, I'm not even sure necessarily how what the actual mechanics of the system are, but would it be possible for him to clone Reggie's ID so that he can almost like ghost the signal? So he could make Reggie appear, at least Reggie's his ID number, like his PID, right? Like would there be a way for him to make that appear where it's not? Like, maybe have it like ping in a building somewhere.
Could he clone a phone?
We've never talked about your PIDs before. People often use their phone as the physical device which locates them. That's old school. You can
Which
actually
I assume Nash and Reggie are. Like,
you can actually use any physical item with the RFID chip embedded in it, that programmed by the city in the proper protocol. But a lot of people these days actually have it embedded in them. So it's kind of like up to you guys. Like, where do you keep your ID chip?
Trae had his embedded in him by his company. So,
I wonder if we wouldn't have been military, so they could identify us if necessary. If we
they might have chipped you. Yeah,
I think that probably makes sense, right?
that actually makes a lot of sense.
I feel like we should all do life shavers right now to the point where we dug it out of ourselves.
That is a thing.
that
is a thing that people do.
That
Reggie
sounds like
would've-
a very Reggie thing.
Yeah, no, I would on that totally. I'll do whatever I have to do to make that to just we can go back to it. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Reggie would have tried to.
I'll absolutely. I mean, ordinarily we would enact the scene, but I mean, it's just you solo. Just
in a room. Yeah.
Give me a little bit of description, and also tell me what you did with the chip after.
Well, I put it into chip. No, I'm just kidding. So the so it's him in the room. It's like it's really fresh. It's like right after he got just unceremoniously kicked for doing what he thought was right. Don't have a chip on the shoulder anymore about that though. Okay, but the so it's where I feel like maybe they put it, and you could. Where do you think it would go? Like in the nape of the neck? I've been watching a lot of Attack on Titan. It probably
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking it would probably be on like in like the either on like the forearm or in the upper arm.
Yeah, I would say that in civilian use, people put it on their arm or their hand so they can wave it past doors and shit like that. But if you're like out on the battlefield, there's a good chance arms and legs might be blown off, and it makes more sense to place it in the torso. Or I'm serious.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. No, it makes sense. So I think maybe it's maybe it's like just in the hairline on the back behind the ear. Is that like under the hairline? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be.
That's where it is.
It could be, like here, above your abdomen. Like back here, I'm thinking, science fiction would put it right here. But it's not a neural interface. The reason you go over here is because you're close to the central nervous system and you're trying to tap into that. But that's not what this is. This is just an RFID chip.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like the size of smaller than a grain of rice, and it just has to be injected under the skin, like anywhere on your body. But then you got to think with like military logic and precision. The fastest, easiest, cheapest way to make sure that these don't get lost. Okay, so you stand all your guys, line, and you go boom, boom, and you hit them in the shoulder.
I was actually just thinking like collar, like right in the collarbone.
Okay.
Like that little,
Yeah, the little thing there. Okay. So I think the scene is this. Tell me if this is okay. I think the scene is this. It's just like a camera shot that just pans on this dark room, and it's like a disgusting wooden floor, and it hits a table where you see some like blood splatter. And then you see this open tipped over bottle and it says Comanaprazole on it. And then it keeps it pulls out, and then it keeps panning, and you see Reggie's arm, or you see an arm. It's Reggie's arm, and there's like a stream, a trail of blood, and then the blood kind of trickles down to this like this little plate where you see the RFI chip. And then as the camera moves up, you're following basically the blood trail up his arm, and then you see this massive hole right here where he has a knife, and he dug it out with the knife after taking a shitload of Comanaprazole, and it's just like him from behind. He's crying. He's crying.
And then there's a snapping sound, and you're pulled back to reality by Trae, who's going, I said, where do you keep your PID chip?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This has to be good. So, okay. Yeah. And his eyes go wide. And then I say, oh, fuck the Therabot. I left it with the Therabot.
Oh, my God.
I can so imagine that's like the right after that scene. Like that's where Reggie goes, and he just like has it in his hand and just accidentally leaves it on the Therabot.
So I don't know how things are paid for, but it's paid for probably with a swipe of a card. I don't know.
Yeah, you swipe a card, or you don't have your ID chip in you.
Yeah.
Shit. What if he took the chip with him to pay?
Yes, that's what it is. Like that's what I kind of want to have happen. Like he goes to pay, but like in the action of paying, he like purposely leaves the ID chip and just lets it go wherever it's gonna go. So it's like in whatever network that very first Therabot that he talked to on the show, on this.
I can imagine you just you flick it at the system, and it it bounces off the box, and that's when you get the green light.
Did you say it pinged? You say it pinged?
I love it. Okay, so Reggie, this is absolutely. I'm going to give you an experience point for this. This is absolutely a life shaper for you.
Didn't we open with Reggie in a therapy? So was that when it happened? That's when it happened.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Sure, why not?
Original apartment.
Okay, so that means that probably means that he drove a cab for what did we say, a year or two before this happened. He finally just had enough. So if that's what you want, if you want this to be the scene that we started Reggie with, then the cab driving must have preceded it.
Yes, yeah, he'd been doing that, but it was okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Maybe you went, okay, fuck this job, fuck this system, fuck this whole thing.
That was like when I quit the taxi job.
That's when you quit.
And I dug the thing out and I said, "Oh, I'm off the fucking grid."
Right. Okay. So here's the thing. I don't know how you want to write this down, but you dug out your PID chip, and there's a good chance that some random criminal somewhere in Union City uses it, and it's on your record.
I mean, that has to be a possibility. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm not sure if it necessarily matters, but I was in. So when I went to Reggie's records, I did a profile search for him.
Reggie's records is the worst.
And I brought up his mugshot of his speeding ticket, but was there more recent activity?
Yeah, there are other people with the same name, but it's a different guy. So there's two guys with the same name. You just breezed past it the first time, but now you're going
right. Oh. Yeah, now it makes sense.
So there's everywhere. There's a few different people that have used Reggie's.
Oh my god,
Reggie. Wow. All right, so we don't have to worry about them knowing where he is.
I'm everywhere. Yeah, right. They can't track me. Yeah. But I can get arrested for a lot of
Nash? Nash, are you still chipped?
I think Nash is still chipped. I don't think he really thought about it, and if he does, it's a reminder of his guilt. So it just it stays there.
Yeah. All right, so I mean, unless you feel like digging a chip out of Nash and using him as the decoy, I don't think that plan's going to work, Trae.
Yeah. Well, so the whole thing is, so I think the plan, at least the one that Reggie just threw out, was that Nash goes and talks to Cordoba while Trae tries to get into Somnambula. And honestly, as long as we can keep Reggie somewhere safe and quiet. So that was the whole big thing. It's as long as they can't track him through his PID.
Guys, I know where he's gonna go.
He's somewhere else. So.
I know the only place that makes sense. I gotta hold up in Lil Kim's house. gotta. Oh, either that. Oh my God! Either that or Julio.
I think Julio would just close the door and lock it. He would open the door and be like, "Nope, fuck this."
Yeah, you're right. I'm better off in a gutter somewhere, just cover myself up with leaves.
Lil Kim is probably still on Oronira 6.
She's killing lobsters. That's right.
She's killing lobsters. But wherever it is that you go, it sounds like we're gonna break into one of those montages that goes back and forth between the different characters. Okay, so who wants to go first?
Reggie, I want Reggie actually. Trae, when you're doing your filing and stuff, can you just call this the Trident strategy, please?
And
because it's a three-pronged Is that okay? I like that.
I get it. Yes, Mr. Reggie.
Cool. All right. And he slaps you on the back and he goes, okay, I'll be in the gutter somewhere. Maybe it's better if you all don't know where I am.
Yes, that way,
Right.
if they do attempt to get that information out of us, we cannot give it. We cannot give them what we do not have.
Plausible deniability. Didn't know I knew that, did you?
You guys want what? Meet back here in X hours or what?
Yeah, I think probably. Yeah, what do you think? Like, I don't know how far we are from Somnambula, or so. I guess we have to call.
Yeah, well,
Cordoba
the
back
thing
to-
is, like anywhere within the Northern California area, you're somewhere near the tube
the
lines.
high
It's
speed.
like
Yeah.
nothing will take more than 30 or 40 minutes, no matter where you want to go.
Okay. So what do you think? Like 3 hours? We meet back here.
I
mean,
think
I'm-
that is a safe.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. And if one of us isn't here, I'll blow up reality.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean-
I do the thing that Cordoba thinks will blow up reality. I don't know if he knows it or not.
Well, it might, but I mean, maybe that's what maybe that's our bargaining chip.
I mean, is it really that great?
Fuck, I don't know, man.
It scares the fuck out of Ingwe.
I mean, yeah.
Look, Chip, I think yours is the fucking riskiest. I mean, you say you've got you clone somebody's ID or something to get in, but I mean, you
Sorry,
don't look
Mr.
like
Nash.
Trae.
It is Trae.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, Trae.
Reggie starts crying for no reason.
Oh God. Oh God. Poor Chip.
Oh.
It's a lot of stress. It's fuck. Look, I'm sorry. Look, are you going to be okay getting in and getting out?
By the way, at that moment, like 100 miles away, Chip has this weird kind of a dream. He's half awake and half asleep, and he feels like there's a computer inside his head. And his eyes go wide, and he looks up at the ceiling, and he knows this has something to do with Reggie. He goes, Reggie? But he's already had his free phone call, and then the feeling fades.
Pees himself a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course, he keeps himself.
I don't know why they haven't given him a diaper. Honestly, I mean,
That's
Oh, they
true.
probably do. They probably do.
Or just catheter immediately.
oh,
No, they let him walk around because basically, if they keep him medicated, then he's basically, he's like, he regresses to whatever age he was when he was on the TV show. So 8 years old, 6, whatever
Yeah.
age it was. So he's
So-
pretty
so
easy to take care of. You give him a
Right.
cookie, you let him watch TV.
All right, Trae, are you gonna be good? Because yours is probably the most tricky, right? Once you get in and start using that ID number, if anybody's paying attention, they're gonna be looking for whoever it is, right? I mean, what if this person's already at work?
that is a risk. However, I do know generally the person's break schedule, so I am hoping to be able to get in while they are not inside the building.
Okay, it's about noon right now.
All right, fuck. All right. I mean, here, like he starts rooting around in one of the bags. He's like, take the compression gun with you, just in case.
And he'll kind of like he has like the shirt, his Scylla Sardassian shirt, and he'll kind of like lift it up though, and he has his gun holstered. He has like a shoulder holster. And he has
No, I mean, I know you're worried about me. If you've got a jet, you don't want to shoot anybody, right? I mean,
and he kind of
compression
tilts his head and looks at you a little like,
look.
do I not want to shoot anybody?
No, why would the fuck you just told me you don't want me to shoot Ingwe? You're gonna go in here and start shoot people?
Oh no.
I was not going to go in and shoot people. No, that would blow my cover immediately.
He takes the gun and he pushes it into your chest. Take this if you need to use this. Don't kill anybody. Unless you have to, maybe. I don't know. I mean, fuck.
Oh no.
This is a last resort.
He will generate a prompt at that point, which is do not kill anybody, but in parentheses unless you have to.
Yeah, whenever you tell Trae anything like that, he forms a contingency tree in his head.
Yep.
It's impossible.
Last resort.
Understood.
Oh, fuck. He shakes his head.
That's all you can do is just shake your head and just hope it works out. You know?
He passes the bag of other. Well, I don't know. Do you want to be walking around with rifles and shit with you in a fucking Walking Dead style like duffel bag montage, or
is that a real question? Reggie already has the bag. So I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean, I don't know if we want to leave him here.
Like, now you asked, do you really wanna? And then the camera cuts over, and Reggie's already putting the backpack on. He's like,
really want what?
Do what? Maybe not.
All right, who's up first?
I will just point out Nash does stuff a pistol. The camera catches Nash like as he's pulling his shirt down, and he's got a pistol in his back.
Oh, there's a camera.
You know that the montage is about to start because the drums go. And as you're seeing him put the pistol in, then the real beat starts. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, come on.
Montage.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to just start? Do you want to just get because I'm literally gonna. I
just want to know where you're going.
So you just because I'm gonna find a spot and I'm just gonna stay there. So I'll
like
probably bad at
or something.
Yeah, like I feel like there's a park. And I feel like Reggie looks weird enough to just go sit, and maybe he takes some of the bread that he keeps and he feeds some birds.
Yeah, and you're just like half a mile from David Foster Wallace Park.
And he's humming the tune from Mary Poppins, the Toppins, that song. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
Toppins. Toppins.
All right.
Bag. But he's humming it.
Oh, and by the way, it is a beautiful, beautiful day.
Fucking gorgeous, yeah. I'm feeding birds.
Yeah, and there's a Yum bot going by, which makes printed confections and fast food. So there's always food nearby.
Reggie will not be eating, just in case he accidentally blows his cover.
Okay.
I'm just gonna feed the birds and hum my toppins.
All right. And you notice while you're sitting there that the Yum bot makes a circuit around this area every 6.5 minutes. And every time it comes back, it greets you like it's never seen you before and asks if you're hungry.
Reggie finds himself very happy in this seemingly endless time loop of 6 minutes.
All right.
He just says, no, thank you. I'm just want to.
And there's a quick cut to him saying no thanks to the robot again, and then cut and no thanks a third time.
He's never annoyed. He so much appreciates the repetitive and the schedule. It's like, no thanks, I'm just going to feed my birds. And he just keeps feeding his birds. Aw.
It's how Reggie can keep track of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
He's probably done the math. He's like, okay, I know that if it comes once it comes around 23 times, that it's been 3 hours.
Except that makes zero sense that Reggie would even think of it that way.
No, Trae would do. That's what Trae thinks.
That's what Trae would do. Yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Trae would be like, why weren't you doing it that way? But I think like Reggie's
like, well, whenever you hear a list of nouns longer than 3 in number, do you not alphabetize them automatically in your head?
Alphabetize. So, and to be fair, I think for the purposes of the montage, Reggie's not going to move until that 3 hours time, and then he's going to go back to the place they're going to meet. And if nobody's there, I'm blowing up reality. Or if even one person's missing, or I'm going to do what Cordoba doesn't want me to do.
Yeah. I hear you.
That's what's happening. So I just got to flip some laundry. So that's what Reggie's doing. He's feeding his birds and he's counting 6 minutes at a time.
Nice.
Okay.
And it's really ironic with the tense pace bump to bump, but bump to bump, but bump.
Yeah.
These guys like actually doing shit, and then it cuts to Reggie. He's just feeding a bird, waving at a robot.
That's what happened. That's what happens when it cuts to Nash doing his thing, cuts to Trae doing his thing, and then when it cuts to Reggie, the music stops, and all it is like the background of birds twittering and everything, and then kids playing in the background.
There's more and more birds, and Reggie's like, "This is just too many birds, way too many birds." So maybe
that's awesome. Every time it cuts back, first it's like 3 birds, then it's 8, then it's 12, then it's 30. And Jimmy's just kind of sitting there covered in birds.
People are walking around.
I like that. Yeah. They didn't really realize that there was this many birds. Just period. And it's the comedy relief of the stress that both Trae and Nash are experiencing.
Yeah, let's cut to Trae.
Okay, laundry.
All right, so Trae first checks the socials, and I need to go back to my notes. Where was it? Callista.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna go back and check to make sure that Callista has stuck to her schedule. And usually she likes to take a picture and post her latte. Every time it goes up break.
Yeah, she actually just posted her latte about 2 minutes ago. She is probably 7 minutes into a 1 hour lunch break.
All right. Perfect time. So with that, he's gonna go to the coffee shop, and I don't think I've done. I can't remember if I've done this. I don't have info that I have, but I'm assuming that he's going to need her info. Like he's gonna need to be able to pretend to be her to access the building.
You can pretend to be her cybernetically.
Yes, exactly.
Accessing the building from outside. Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't even think about it. So that actually probably makes more sense in Trae's mind. I was always thinking like I'd have to gain physical access to the building in order to get into their system. Like I was assuming that it's like it's a compartmentalized network.
You have all of the data represented by all of her IDs. So she has a barcode on her physical ID, which is scanned when she enters the building. She may even be chipped. She may have an RFID chip because Somnambula sounds like the kind of company that would do that.
Right.
But she is also a high level enough employee so that she can access her account from home or whatever via her phone. So you can also pose as her phone, basically logging into her workstation.
Sounds good. Oh, all right. Yeah. So I think I'll do that. So the way that I'm kind of doing is so he's going to go to the same coffee shop because he's going to attempt to basically jump through her access into the system. So I have a lot of her info, but I need that route. So I'm assuming that I have to kind of network through her VPN basically to get into the Somnambula system.
Well, you need to follow any network that will get you into the Somnambula system, and then
Right.
identify as her.
Mhm.
There's no actual need to go to the same coffee shop, but if anyone happened to look at these logs, they might notice that she often logs in from this geolocation, and therefore it wouldn't look suspicious.
Exactly. Right.
Okay, so what you're actually
he's not an
what you're
ops
actually
person,
hacking
but
then
he-
is
yeah.
what you're actually hacking then is a public router that's going to
Mhm.
connect her to the network that's going to connect her to Somnambula.
Mhm.
And those, as you know, are actually pretty easy to hack.
Oh yeah. He's been
So
doing
you
that.
just- you just
I think
find
he
the
hacked
nearest-
his first one when he was like 7. So
Okay, so you're just finding the nearest gateway to the coffee shop. It's probably
Mhm.
disguised as a tree right out back behind the coffee shop. and this will be an encryption roll.
sounds good. That is a 7.
You are anonymized, which isn't hard, and you're inside. Now you're identifying with the number of her phone, which is actually located about 100 feet away, and you're writing the signal into Somnambula. You don't need to roll to present her ID. You make it past the password challenge using data that you already have. No rolls are necessary. You are now inside her workstation. Now, she's a mid-level manager, which means that she has access to a lot of different files in her department. And she is not, however, IT. So if you want to gain higher level access to the system, you would have to jump from here to her admin.
Mhm.
Or you could just look around her level, her system, and see what she's got. I don't know what you're planning.
Ah, damn it. Trae just had a horrible idea. Because, all right, he has his own shit. He's here. He's in. Can he wants to get into HR and hire himself?
Actually, she works in HR.
Oh, yeah. Trae wants to hire himself.
Right here, you have access to all the personnel files.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that might be because, all right, the thought that just went through my head is like, this has kind of been his goal. And so, but right now, I don't know if there's a way that he can virtually see what's going on with what we're basically thinking of as the other Reggie, right? So he needs to kind of secure that, but he also needs that data sphere.
Right. Well, you can't get the data sphere cybernetically. That has to be a physical extraction. But it may be possible if you jump up and over to gain access to security cameras inside the building.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump over to Nash now for a minute. Let you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, Nash is on the the tube to go over. He's just he's trying to keep himself calm. He's trying to stay centered. He's trying to come up with like, what are we like, lines of questioning. Like, he's just trying to like run permutations through his head, like where we're at, what are we going to do, where did this Reggie come from, whatever all the pertinent questions would be. He's trying to like check down to make sure that he's got all the bases covered. And I assume they're meeting in like an outdoor like little cafe or something at in the city.
Yeah, you're meeting at a Java Gastro, so you can get some coffee and some printed grilled meat. It tastes almost like real meat.
Ooh.
He comes alone. He's exactly on time. Both of you arrive exactly on time, and so you sit down. He clears his throat. Look, Mr. Nash, before we say anything else, I have no wish to see you dead.
Could have fooled me.
You got in the way of something very, very important. I don't even think I can explain to you how important it is. I'm not asking for your forgiveness, but I have called off the contracts. You and your friend are in no more danger. And now I hope that you can talk some sense into Mr. Carlisle.
First, you need to tell me what's going on. This isn't something that's new. This dates all the way back to when you sent my partner Fitch and I. That's how we got involved in all this. And I know this stems from that. You've already taken Susie away from me. Now, she said that she's made her own choice. And that may be. But this is gone beyond even that now. You've tried to kill me twice now. And now you think that whatever your fortune rests upon is to take Reggie and sequester him away for some twisted scheme, but to find more dream worlds. I want to know what's happening.
Your friend is an ace up the sleeve, shall we say. I don't know what he can do, what powers he has, where his capabilities end. He is clearly exceptional, and I believe one of the dreamers who he gestures all around.
Along with Susie, along with Chip, how many people do you plan on ruining before you're done?
I'm trying to save this world, Mr. Nash. I made some mistakes. But we hope, in scientific fashion, to learn from those mistakes and move forward.
Your idea of science is to steal another Reggie, another human being from another universe, and bring him here?
Where your friend said the same thing. There is no other Reggie. There is no other you. There's only.
But there is. We have seen it.
You have not. What you've seen are psychic effects, manifestations, a lucid dream, if you will, projected upon reality by a person with more power than I suppose any person should have. Look, there is no second Reggie. There is no second you. There is no second Trae Mowaka. There is only the Frank. And he my theory is we live in a dream world. That this earth is not primary in any way. It is collectively manifested by a number of individuals, which I call dreamers. And Frank, he's trying to take over the whole thing. Maybe your friend.
Where did he come from?
It was a long time ago. I knew a lot less about the nature of slipspace than the persistent and intersubjective nature of the interaction between the dreams of a dream world and the dreams as experienced subjectively by the dreamer in the bed. I didn't realize It began small when I found my first match, Susie Garp. I found a volunteer who was willing to project himself into her dreams. And he was a man named Frank Frass. He was a very talented slipstream pilot. Unfortunately, his neurology was, let's say, affected. The man had mental problems. I didn't realize this at the time I hired him, but it all seemed to go fine for a while. I would send Frank into Susie's dream world. They succeeded in establishing a rapport. He could leave messages for her that she would find the next time she slept. I mean, it was quite phenomenal. And I felt that a corner was being turned, that the Dream Deck 6 would have something that no one else, no competitor, no knockoff could even attempt. If you could buy a device that would allow you to project into your own dream world, invite your friends, leave messages for each other, affecting your own dream using the Dream Deck 6, it would be like turning lucid dreaming into a product, a commodity that you could buy and sell. Can you imagine the wish fulfillment? The power of every person with a Dream Deck 6 entering their own projected dream world, inviting their friends to party would change the nature of society. It would change the nature of the way humans interrelate. And I was on that track, my friend, until I tried something I should not have tried. I sent Frank Frass into his own dream world. I didn't know at the time that his unusual powers could affect the experiment. What I ended up with was multiple copies of Frank, all slightly different, all tremendously powerful, all linked as one. We call it the Frank. Try to keep it sedated because he's tried to destroy this world before.
So Nash is kind of like head in his hands. He's leaning on a table and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's a fucking commodity. Lives are a fucking commodity to you. Just to sell another fucking Dream Deck so people can have parties.
Are you going to tell me that that's any different than the virtual realities people immerse themselves in 24/7? Don't be ridiculous. I see the phone. You partake in society.
as minimally as is possible. I do not subscribe to AR, VR, your Dream Decks, none of that. Life
Look,
is
the thing
fulfilling
that
enough.
It worked. You were there. I'm not using it for projection any longer. The nanostrate, the Trae, has been shelved. We're not sure what to do with Frank yet. But whatever it is, it has something to do with your friend Reggie, and maybe they're the dreamers. Maybe, if we could bring them together collectively, they could stop Frank from whatever he's doing. That's why I need your friend.
I mean, I will relate this information to Reggie, but I will not promise anything to you.
I'll tell you this. In the last month, a number of strange incidents have occurred. I don't know why, but it all began with that prophetic dream. The pink thing devouring the planet Earth. All of the dreamers lit up like Christmas lights on my console. The alarms were sounding throughout the building. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. Something that you gentlemen did made it stop.
Yeah, we
And
saved
then-
the fucking world. That's what we did.
This is what I'm trying to warn you about. I'm afraid that the thing you're actually fighting wasn't some pink oozing entity from another dimension. It was the Frank. And he's not done. Whatever happened yesterday woke him up again. He'd been quiet for weeks. Something about Mr. Carlisle is making the Frank irritated.
I don't know what Reggie does, what his abilities are. I've seen him be able to affect dream worlds with just the power of his mind. After you had tried to have us killed the other day, as we were trying to find a secure place to hole up while we figured out what to do, we heard the ping, the noise, and everything shifted. It seemed
The alarm
as
in my
if,
lab. That pinging sound is what happens whenever the Frank wakes up. Something was happening at that moment. There's a connection. There's a connection between Frank and Reggie.
All right, before we continue, do you want to turn off your video because you're super choppy and your video is frozen anyway?
Okay.
I don't know if that'll help. Hopefully. Okay.
All right. There's some sort of connection between Frank and Reggie. Something about Reggie that bothers Frank. And when Frank gets angry, bad things happen. When Frank is happy, he looks around to make sure nobody's listening. When Frank is happy, Mr. Nash, he can predict the future.
Is that why you haven't killed him yet? He's useful to you?
Don't you think you would find that useful?
I would find it useful to lead everyone to live their lives as they see fit.
I hired this man to perform an experiment. He performed the experiment. The experiment went wrong. I now keep the man and all 10 copies of him alive in a nutrient substrate while I try to figure out how to protect the planet Earth from him. Do you want me to do something else? What more should I do? I'm asking you because I'm out of ideas.
Wow. Okay, before I reply, do you want to jump out and jump in again? So let me ask this. Is he choppy for you guys or is it just me? Yeah, your connection is super bad at the moment, and I don't want to lose any of this
All right.
when I edit
All right.
this like 12 months from now.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
I don't think you guys are gonna like the idea that I have.
It's just
I don't think Frank likes having competition.
Yeah, I mean Reggie's strong enough to be able to affect Earth now.
Mm-hmm.
but this is the first time we've heard of this guy, right?
Yeah.
So he's the guy that when we broke into Somnambula, I'm assuming we saw in the goo.
He was in the goo. Okay, we didn't get like a look at what he looked like, right? I had just had this
It
weird
was
thought.
indistinct.
Okay, I just have this weird thought that maybe he's the guy from the dream that blows up the dreamers, that blows up all the kids and stuff. Like he's the guy.
No, that.
Well, you said it was the Slothrop. Like we pegged it on Slothrop.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
I have that guy. That was Joram Zakila.
He's a like the ostensible leader of like a fucking anarchist cell. And they just blow up like city system shit and do all kinds of. That's a whole separate thing that we're still. That's a whole other problem.
That's like on Reggie's mind all the time. So he's trying to like relate that to whatever's going on. So yeah, okay, no, that makes sense. That's fine. I'll stop that tree too. So many notes.
I mean, not that. In theory, if Frank was angry, he couldn't affect Slothrop to do things that cause instability. But that's a whole other. I don't think we're there. I don't think that's where.
I don't think we're there yet. But I like the idea, and we can totally like. I mean, obviously, it's not out there yet. But this guy Frank doesn't like competition. It would seem like the Dreamers would be his targets. So. You know.
Well, no, he wasn't blowing up a thing full of dreamers. He was blowing up a building full of kids.
Yeah, weren't the kids dreamers though?
I don't remember that at all.
Oh.
I think they were just kids because they only know of a handful of dreamers, and we know who 3 of them are. You, Chip, and Susie. It was like a bunch of school kids. There's like it was a whole class of school kids. I don't think.
Yeah, for some reason
that's not
I
what
thought
that
that
is.
they were something.
I mean, you can check your notes.
Yeah, I'm looking back, but I think that's probably yeah. I think I'm just remembering it wrong.
Are you back and good?
I don't know. Am I? What are we remembering wrong?
Oh, we're.
I'm just making mistakes. I'm making memory mistakes and a memory assumption mistakes. It's fine. I've cut down all the trees I'm barking up because they're all wrong trees.
All right. I was seeing you guys like disappear once in a while, and I'm still seeing Jesse disappear. And John, you just.
So you're still choppy, and your video's still frozen.
I'm gonna try closing some other tabs. I'm not really sure what else I can do.
If you want to close a couple of tabs, maybe just keep the video off, I guess. I'm assuming that takes up a bunch of bandwidth.
Don't know, but we'll find out. All right.
Okay, so he essentially said, "What else? What do you want me to do?"
Yeah, because I'm out about it. You know what? Go ahead and make a psych roll.
All right, I will try to do that. Double 4s. Unless I can use psychology, then it's a 6. Oop, he's gone.
You blew him away with your psychology roll.
Well, right, so like we don't want to lose
Yeah,
this part of the show.
He actually sounded worse when he came back then.
Yeah.
And
it's not the call because you guys are fine.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, like this is critical stuff. I don't want to get to this in 8 months and be like, wow, this sucks.
We kind of have to believe him, right? Because why? Like he's talking about profiting off of this guy. He's not hiding it. Like
yeah. And we know that there's multiple people. Like we saw multiple people in you, so it does kind of line up with what we already know, sort of, in that there are people in goo in the building. Plus what he's...
Oh, that's right. There's like 10. He said 10 copies or something.
Yeah. Plus what, he revealed to you, not that he revealed very much to me. Okay. I got a 6. So I got a double 4s. If I can use my psychology, I got a 6.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I got a 6.
Okay. He is He is absolutely telling you the truth. He believes, in a way, that he has tried everything that he could think of, and his fear is that there's nothing left to try. You know there's no love lost between you and this guy. The very fact that he's even telling you this he doesn't want to tell you this. He never wanted anyone to know any of this.
Yeah.
He is scared. And he is telling the truth. He is at his wit's end. He is completely out of ideas. But all he knows is that Reggie is somehow tied in with all of this.
Look, I'll talk to Reggie. I don't know if you're going to believe me or not, but I actually believe you insofar as that you believe what you're saying. The simplest thing may just be to kill the Franks and be done with it. It's not like you need any more money.
I've thought of it many times.
And yet, here we are.
Do you realize? No, I suppose you don't.
Enlighten me.
Frank has dreams sometimes about things that are going to happen. Anything from sports games to stock performance. You can see how he's a valuable man to have around. But I have to keep him in a good mood. I have to keep him sedated. And I have to prevent him from taking over this dream. Now, it took me a long time to come to this conclusion, and I'm still not 100% sure, but as little as I want to accept it, I don't think this world is the real one.
I don't know if I believe you there, as this is the only world that we know.
Maybe I should phrase that differently. I don't know if there is such a thing as a real one. It's all in flux. Frank can see things and make things happen. Reggie, similar. And if the rest of these dreamers have just a small percentage of the power that these guys do, well, you see, the unconscious is where the power truly lies. No one walks around dreaming the world into existence the moment they're seeing it. When a dreamer dreams the world, what we're saying is they contribute in their sleep state to an intersubjective phenomenon which builds stability over time. Some people are strong enough to do it by themselves, others collectively. Now, this is all well-known slipstream theory. I'm not saying anything new here. The only thing new here is that I think Frank proves and Reggie proves this is one of those dream worlds. The dreamers are real people. They live among us. I believe that Frank is trying to take them over, take them out.
Do you think that Frank draws more strength from the fact that there's 10 of him? What if you eliminated the other 9?
Is almost certainly a multiplier of his power. The gel itself, who knows what effect it has on his psyche. What I did was take Diaspor's basic idea of the temporal resistance amplifier and it broke it down to the nanomolecular level. After I built nanobots that could assemble a GRA field, it's only a matter of time before I could synthesize that into a gel product which was then filled with oxygen, micronutrients. You can breathe it, you can eat it, you can excrete in it. It's self-cleaning. It's filled with tiny nanobots that project their own temporal resistance field. And from there, you can slip to other realities, just as though you were in a ship while your body lays there. So, aside from the monumental expense which has gone into the experiment, and I tell you, it was billions. I also just don't want to kill the man.
I am less than concerned about how much money you've spent if it destroys the fucking world that we live in.
Surely there's a way to thread this needle. We can figure it out. He's been quiet for months. He's been sitting for months. It seems to me that something Carlisle is doing has caused his recent awakening. We just need to figure out what the connection is.
As I said, I will have to discuss this with the rest of my team.
I understand.
I think Nash just gets up and walks away.
I do not have eyes on Jesse right now. Jesse, are you there?
He's here. I'm thinking it's probably best to cut this at this point because the audio is not getting better and your video has been frozen the entire time.
I lost you in the middle of that sentence, so whatever it was, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I have so many notes to take right now, so I don't lose this.
I have all the notes, and I don't even know what I'm writing.
I mean, it's unfulfilling to have to stop at this point, but we may be in a situation, Todd, where I may have to have you re-record all of that audio when this thing eventually comes up because it was I could understand it, but it was really choppy.
I would do it all again right now while it's fresh, but it looks like we're still kind of choppy.
Yeah. I mean, we have it. It would be a huge pain in the ass, right? So it would be like having to have you have the YouTube open and then fucking record it in Audacity as you were listening or paraphrasing the thing, and then I can splice my parts back. I won't know until I hear it, right? So when this renders eventually and I'm able to rip it, I can always fast forward to the end to see how this sounds. But my fear is if we continue and the audio's choppy, then we lose really integral parts of what's happening in the story right now.
I agree, and I'm not sure what to do. If we all cut our cameras, is that no?
I think it's you because I'm not getting any choppiness with the other two guys.
And I'm getting it on everyone.
Yeah.
I could try a full reboot.
It's up to you, John. How much longer are you good for?
I'm fine for now. I
kind of feel like we could wrap it up here, but I would just want to.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, the irony of that right there.
The internet made the decision. Damn it. Oh, that sucks. We've been having issues like that at this very house actually lately. So I'm happy. Oh, I get it. That sucks.
Yeah, John said it seems like the internet has decided, Todd.
Right. Oh, Nash, you're not sure what to do with this information. You say that you'll talk to your teammates. Cordoba gets up, puts on his hat. Yes, he wears a hat, which he tips and leaves. He said he awaits your decision. Trae has got inside the building, but I don't have eyes on Jesse right now. So I think perhaps we'll just put Trae there where he is. Reggie is sitting there feeding the ducks. And when he realizes it's just about time to go home, he gets up. But when he gets up, he bends over, and that makes him think for a moment about the time he bent over and touched all the other Reggies. And, oh my God, you feel your body covered in goo. Nash, you are in your car. Jesse is in the hotel room. Reggie is at David Foster Wallace Park. You all hear a ping, and the sky shatters like broken glass. We'll end right there.
Fuck.
So
What the fuck, Frank?
well, so John, I'm not sure, but and I don't know exactly. All right. Will we be going back to Trae going in the building? Only because I have a stupid thing that he wants to do.
Yeah, we can't. So I mean,
Obviously,
in the next episode,
obviously not
can,
right now. I think yeah.
We
I
can
can
pick up.
hear you. I can hear you right now. I don't know what
Yeah,
to
but
do.
your audio is bad though, Todd. That's the problem. Like you if I can't get useful audio, there's no point in continuing if we have to re-record everything. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
it's just not. So next episode, next session, we can do Trae's thing. It'll be disjointed. We could open the show with a flashback, and then when I release the podcast, I can edit Trae back in line to have his little vignette, and then have that ending, and then we can continue forward from there, whatever's going to happen. But I don't.
Yeah, if you could do that, you could even put Trae's vignette up ahead of yours with Cordoba, so it's just Trae's story goes all the way through.
Yeah. Because this isn't going to work like this.
Wow. Yeah, I keep getting these notices.
Yeah.
And Todd, what I'll do is I'm gonna shoot you my plan.
Okay.
And just because I'm not sure what impact
You know what?
it's
I mean,
gonna
I
have
got
in the future.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the meeting and conversation, because there's travel involved too. Nash and Cordoba takes longer than whatever Trae's doing. So we could even do Trae like offline and just spit out the answers later when we reconvene. Like you and me, right?
Yeah.
We
I
could
mean,
do
I'd rather record it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to have it in sequence.
I'm
Like I said,
Todd, I'm gonna shoot you just real quick my general layout of the plan. So
okay, or we could just try to connect again. I don't know, maybe just for 15 minutes tomorrow and get that taped. I don't know. That's a good idea.
I think it's probably fine just to do it as a, with the understanding when we start recording, like, hey, this is audio that's, from the other, going to be added to the other session. Like, I don't care so much about these so much as editing, the podcast appropriately.
Wow, I have two things on me right now. I've got this internet connection problem, which I'm totally willing to do a hard reboot my router, everything in my house, but that'll 5-10 minutes. And then I also know that you guys don't want to be up late. And I also know we're really close to the end of the session anyway. And all of that is turning into the perfect wave of pick up my ass. which is not good.
Oh.
I did not ask for it. That's the thing. There was no consent. So I don't know what to do because it's like fucking A. We are so close to what time is it? We're like 4 minutes from where it would have been wrapping anyway if we hadn't had these problems.
Yeah. I mean, whether you hard reboot and we do it now or we start with the next episode, either way, it's out of sequence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I have no real time limit. I don't have to. My kids have tomorrow off. They have one extra day of vacation for some reason, so I don't necessarily have to get up. And me and John are usually up for like another hour talking anyway. So.
Well, we're not doing that.
No, we're not.
Okay,
but yeah,
so
I'm up for whatever.
all
We
right,
can
so
either try to do it again tonight if you want to do a hard reset, or we can just continue it next session. I'm cool with whatever.
I mean,
are you good with that? If you want to give me 5 minutes,
yeah, let's go
I'll
ahead.
take a couple more.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your hard reset now, and then we'll do like a quick post show while we're waiting for you to jump back in. Then.
Okay, all right. I'm out.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, well, fuck, right? So I'll just edit shit. It doesn't
Hold on. Post show. Yeah.
Well, so as far as like actual post show stuff, so Sophie believes that he's telling the truth, and right. So then I would relay all that information. Like, so if the guy is as powerful or more so than you are because there's 10 copies of him, right? Like, Nash wouldn't want to risk you in some sort of fucking lucid dreaming fight.
It's a lucid dream off.
I'm not like Nash wouldn't be convinced that we're not the real reality, right? So like he's fuzzy on all the slip space stuff. So like dreamer, like you dream, and that creates at least a temporary dream world. People who are more stable, like Susie is a dreamer, quote unquote, a dreamer. So she's created a stable dream world. If Charlie's world is the function of all of the cats on the planet dreaming cat dreams, it's fucking stable as shit because there's billions of cats on a planet or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, Nash doesn't necessarily believe that we're not a real reality. Like, unless you want to get so, like, off in the weeds in an esoteric, like, there is no moment but the present, the past doesn't exist, and the future doesn't.
This
like,
is Nash, not Zhao.
Yeah, he's not going down that road. So, like, no, this is the fucking world. Dream worlds are dream worlds. Like, that's a different thing. Like, I know that you can fuck with dream worlds, right, by manipulating that with your brain. But you can do it here, which I guess does cause some some ambiguity in that line of logic, I guess.
Well, Reggie, he would have something to respond to that probably would go along the same lines as, like, the more he exposes himself to all this crap, the more he's realizing that there is no real reality. There's just where you are. And I think that's how he's sort of facing it. It's just
Nash would not be comfortable with that.
I know. That maybe that's probably the reason why we haven't had the conversation, is because it's like every time it gets up to that point, it's like, it's all right. We're good. Yeah. It's that's a real thought that he has a lot. So he struggles with the idea that he can't seem to, like, grasp how to harness it a little bit better.
Yeah.
We
isn't
we don't necessarily know that Reggie is lucid dreaming. Like he's never altered reality in Earth.
He did.
Right?
He did a couple of sessions ago. He literally did.
Yeah,
His skill's at a 4 now. Yeah, he can affect planet Earth, and he did.
Forget what it was.
What happened?
I don't remember what it was, but I know he did it.
It sucked.
Because he tried once before. Like I think he got a yes, but. So like I think he did something and then like passed out or some shit.
Yeah, right. It wasn't like a good. It wasn't like, oh yes, I've done this. It wasn't Frank level. Whoever the fuck Frank guy is. I gotta go back in there. I think if Reggie, if he finds a way to sort of like believe this, he's gonna. I don't know. I don't know if Reggie's gonna believe it. I don't know if he's gonna buy it all the way to what he said. I think he's got to hear it from Frank.
Yeah. But this isn't where I thought we were going. Like I didn't think this is what was going to happen.
Well, it's like a kick, is what it is. A fucking kick.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to. So Reggie, all that shit is real, like the singularity.
Yeah. Well, you saw it.
I mean, it's really not the singularity, but I think like it's just. I think what Cordoba was saying was that we didn't. It was something that I created, that Reggie just created, because that was what he was thinking. And the more I think about that, the more me, John, thinks about that, the more I'm looking back to like
Orion, you getting shot in your head.
Yeah, like all the things. I'm not so much predicting the future anymore. It just seems like I'm just making it happen. So, but not. It's by no means anything that he's doing on purpose. So it's kind of scary. Like,
things line up in certain ways.
Yeah, and it's not.
There's some synchronicities.
I almost I think Reggie might actually regret how deeply he's dove into this. If that's what it turns out to be, if it's like. If there's some sort of irrefutable, like, no, there's just this shithole. There's just people born inside that can dream shit and they contribute to that layer. He'd probably have a regret for all the shit that I think that would be real. But yeah, I don't know how all the dream worlds fit into it then. That's the only thing. Like, is it that on that large of a scale? Like we're all just all the dreamers are just layering on top of all the realities all the time. Like that's fucking bonkers.
So I kind of feel like a little bit of the dreaming from everybody. If he's right, a little bit of the dreaming from everybody is what forms the basis of the world, right? Forms the basis of reality, whatever it is, to dream that into existence. But people like Reggie or Susie or Frank are able to, like Nash couldn't affect it, but you can. So those few individuals that can then have an immense amount of power, especially if they know that they can do it, to do pretty much anything that they want.
Well, it makes you wonder. It's not like Reggie's doing anything that anybody else couldn't apply themselves if they wanted to. So
I don't know that that's really the case. Well, right? It's not like playing a piano.
In terms of like game mechanics,
and that might not be right of me to do, but that's exactly how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that this
it's all world stability.
More of a
Hey, so guess what, guys? I was back. I was hearing and seeing everything, and then just now I got bumped out again. And then a little fucking thing goes up, tells me there's a Windows update available.
That little, they always.
Maybe that's what's fucking you up.
Yeah, they always fucking do that. I wonder if we're all going to get those.
No, I haven't downloaded it though. It's just waiting on deck. Now I just lost you for a minute there, for a few seconds there. Now my own camera's gone out. You still hear me?
We can hear you,
Barely.
but your
Yeah,
camera's on but frozen for us.
We're still not. Fuck. This is like, oh,
It's frustrating. Yeah.
it's oh my god. It's like having your mother and a cop walk in just before you're about to come. It's like this is like you guys chose the perfect moment to fuck everything up.
Yeah,
Right?
I wonder what that feels like. That just feels. What could that possibly feel like? That's fucked.
So then I guess we do it next time then.
I-
I think that's what it's going to come down to because you're still choppy.
Yeah.
And frozen.
Well, at the very least, I have my notes. I've also given Todd a brief copy of my notes.
uh-huh.
And yeah,
It'll be
so I'm
fun.
good with whenever. I'm good with whenever, whatever.
It will be fine. it's
It's all gonna be great.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
How are you?
I am not good at all. I'm not good at all. It feels like that's the art. Literally, this the metaphor that comes to mind is a ruined orgasm. That is the artistic role playing equivalent of a ruined orgasm.
Oh yeah.
I have been like fidget shaking for the last 20 minutes over here. You can only see me from the shoulders down, from the shoulders up. But and this is how I will be for the next 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, it sucks. Well, no, so it won't be, right? So Todd, while you're kind
Maybe
of
a couple of
in-
weeks.
Weeks, right?
Well, yeah. So, do we want to do our normal day, which would be the 7th? So 2 weeks from today, you can just jump back into the schedule.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be good. I'll get it on the calendar then. And we'll open with Jesse's scene, and then I'll just have to edit the podcast stuff around when we get to there.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I watch the YouTubes more often than I go to the YouTube rather than go to the SoundCloud. So so it wouldn't work on SoundCloud. It would work to simply do a short session and then edit it together later.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna help YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't even be short. I mean, we just do a regular session next time.
No, I mean literally just play out one scene and stick it in.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just to have like a little beep thing. I mean,
if you have video editing software, then you theoretically could rip the video, splice the new one in here.
I
That's a lot
probably
of
won't
work.
do that.
Yeah. Right.
I don't want to edit audio. I'm not editing video. So Jesse and I have another game already this week.
I technically have 2 because Megan and Tim weren't able to play last week, so I'm gonna double back. So we're gonna be doing Invictus on Wednesday, and then I'm gonna run them on Thursday.
I cannot see my camera right now, so I'm gonna repeat the last thing that I said, just so you guys are all clear, because I don't even know if you got me. Jack is in the car on the way home from his meeting with Cordoba. Reggie is in the park bending over, and I'm not sure exactly what Trae's doing, but he's somewhere near the cafe, and he's doing a hacking thing in midair. When all of you, even though you're miles apart, hear the ping sound, and you all look up, the sky shatters like broken glass, and that's where the episode ends. Did I make it? Did my audio?
Barely.
As choppy as it was the first time.
I'm not sure if Trae's plan will affect that or not. So
if you two want to get together, at some point before the next session, I can set that up and we can do it.
Yeah.
We may not need it to be video. I mean, a lot of it is just rolling. We can do it in the chat most of the time when we're, while we're talking.
Yeah.
It's not like the kind of thing that requires a whole lot of role playing.
I guess it depends on what his plan is, though. Like, if
This-
it's just him making rolls to hacks,
This
then
might. This
Oh
might.
yeah, if you're going to do some social engineering, then yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there he goes. Man, that really sucks.
Right.
So my fear is that
Windows.
he's gonna have to have the YouTube video up and then record everything into Audacity and send me a separate file of everything that
Right.
Cordoba said.
Yeah.
Listen.
I mean,
to
it doesn't
and then
have to be
repeat it.
exact. I mean, it does. I mean, the thing is, it doesn't necessarily have to be exact.
Well, but
but-
he's shooting off the hip. So in
Right. Yeah.
6 or 8 months or whenever this gets edited, he's not
Right.
going to remember what he said.
Very true.
So he's going to have to
That's
listen to
great,
it and
yeah.
then re-record
True.
it
True.
because it's got to be understandable.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh no, we lost. We lost John.
No, I'm here.
Oh no, he's back.
Everybody's here.
Okay.
Everyone
You
was
went spiral circle for me.
Maybe stream. I mean, I haven't had any problem with you guys. I mean, it could be partially a StreamYard thing, but like maybe his update shit is running in the background.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I haven't had an issue with anything except for when Todd started going all robo on us,
Yeah,
which it sounded like it happened pretty much at the same time for all of us anyway. So
yeah, right towards the end. All right.
Oh,
Well,
God.
I guess we'll cut this here. It'll be a shit show to edit, even the post show, because we're in and out of commentary. But yeah, we'll.
I'm not gonna stop thinking about this. I think. Oh my God.
Nope.
You know what? This
Do
game
something
stresses me
stupid.
out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something stupid.
But in a good way.
No,
I mean,
in
in
the
a-
best way. In the best.
Yeah. But
So bad. This is so bad.
it's I didn't lose any sleep over it last night because that happens sometimes. But like everything is so like critical. Like
Yeah.
I'm at work today thinking about this game and I'm like, fuck, I don't even want to play. Like if we don't play, nothing can happen.
Here's my problem. I have to DM 2 sessions in between now and our next session, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to concentrate on that game good enough because I'm going to have this fucking in my head.
Yeah. Damn you, Todd. But it's good.
I don't know. I don't know what to say here, man. Because it's like I've got more juice, but my internet does not.
Yeah.
Right.
It's one of those things. It's a cosmic thing here where they're just we're just going to be left hanging on this situation.
Maybe
now.
this is the singularity telling me that I should rethink my
Right?
plan.
Yeah. Reggie's reaching out.
What you were about to do is not a good idea. You need to think of something else.
But now there might not be any singularity. I might have been wrong.
Is this so? Were we in post show now? Is this the post show?
We're in and
Pretty
out
much,
of post show as you jump in and out. Yeah.
Just been like worrying about everything. That's what we're doing in this post.
Yep.
Me too.
This is the stress part of the show.
Yeah, we're all together in that. That's good. We're not alone.
It's good. I mean, like you guys said, in the best way. But it's just fuck.
It's gonna be fine.
Oh, God. It's gonna be
It's fine.
It's just a
Yeah.
game.
It's just a game.
It's just a game. This isn't real life.
Is it though?
Is it the real
That's-
life or is it just fantasy?
That's the big problem that I've had because I think about the concepts like in the real life, in my life. Like I want to just shut everything off. You know, and Reggie might do that.
Yeah.
I might be able to do that. And I can do it in this world. I can feel a little bit better about doing it in the real, not being able to do it in the real world.
Yeah, I mean, my sources include, both science fact and science fiction.
Mhm.
I mean, a lot of the stuff it's kind of techno babble, of course, but a lot of the stuff that's in the DayTrippers books is like, quasi theoretical physics, like the multiple worlds interpretation, etc.
Mhm. String theory.
I mean, it
and all
could
that
be
kind of
real, is what I'm saying. It could be real.
I mean, yeah.
Quick, John, try to lucid dream.
I'm afraid to. Okay?
Yeah.
Now,
Well-
see, here's the thing: would Reggie try to what version of Thanos would he be? Is he gonna try to make the world better, or would he just try to reset everything?
I mean, if that's the thing, the Reggie would in a heartbeat just do the thing that lets everybody go back to their lives. Even if it meant he couldn't, which I'm totally willing to do.
Their lives at what point?
And what lives?
You know what?
If you
wherever they want.
What if Reggie is part of the weave holding this all together? And if you pull one pin, it all falls apart. If Reggie thinks that removing himself would make things better, but in fact, when you remove that pin, the entire structure falls apart and this existence stops existing.
Maybe.
If it's the dreamers that are holding everything together, he said, like Cordoba said, it was the dreamers that kind of brought this to cohesion.
He thinks.
And if you remove one of those linchpins, if you remove a dreamer,
so if that's the case, though,
but what happens? What happens when people die? People get old. People die.
Reggie wasn't a full dreamer either before he started fucking around.
Before he started,
we don't know that.
But also, how does this asshole, this jackass, and we don't know that for sure because Reggie wants to talk to him first. This Frank, what effect did him copying himself 10 times have on that whole process? If there's any sort of, it's like, oh great, so I'm just gonna add more threads in there, and they're all me. All the threads are me. So is it like a what the hell is that? Like a freaking God damn it, the thing from Harry Potter where he just kept sticking
Horcrux.
Yeah, is this a Horcrux situation?
I don't know the reference.
And if so,
I don't either.
Cordoba's got all the Horcruxes, right? It's just it's like a phylactery. It's a phylactery for a lich. Yeah, that's just all.
But so Reggie. Reggie is now aware of his ability to lucid dream and everything like that. But there's not to say that the energy, the potential was never always there. He was he's born a dreamer. He's born with this ability. It's just that he eventually learned to tap into it.
Right.
But if that's the case, then everyone is born a dreamer. They just have to pursue it.
Well, it's not everyone.
Cordoba's theory is that there are special people. There are people who, for some reason, are more deeply tied to the structure of reality than other people.
Yep. Sometimes some people are born wizards. Some people are not. Sometimes there's people who have the potential, and there's people who don't. But then only a very small percentage of the people who actually have the potential have the knowledge.
Go ahead and learn
tap into
dreaming.
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, if
you added the skill on top.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, okay.
Susie is a dreamer, but she, as far as we know, at least, can't lucid dream. She doesn't have the knowledge to tap into it, but she's still a dreamer.
So at what point in the I guess this is where I was going before. At what point in the mechanics does it become like I made a choice to put 4 in psyche? So if I'm able to lucid dream in a dream world with a 4 in psyche without having a lucid dream skill, then in my mind, and I don't know where it seems like anybody could attempt it, but the stability of the world is what makes it possible or impossible. So how much I've put into the lucid dreaming skill is what makes it possible.
I think
it's a combination of all of the above, plus the fact that you don't know just how much more power a dreamer has than a normal person, but you have more than them. You have more than the typical dreamer.
I mean, the thing is, John, like everybody potentially can play the piano, but some people just can't. Like they're just not coordinated enough to do it. So some people are born with the ability to do it, and some people aren't, regardless of the amount of practice. Right? It's more of that.
Yeah, it's probably more similar to like really, really rare, quote unquote, psychic powers. There's some people who can see auras. The vast majority of us can't.
Like an intuition, yeah.
But to the ones who can, they don't even have to try very hard.
Plus, on a meta level, like on a game mechanics level, you know, you're asking like what's stopping anyone else from Nash from putting points into lucid dreaming and becoming a dreamer type thing. It's kind of the Tod let you do it type thing.
Oh, this is
like that's the thing is like you came up with the idea. You were like, oh, I'm here. But it was ultimately Tod who was like.
I should sometimes separate this stuff out and make it clear. But what you guys are playing in is like I'm the GM. It just so happens that I'm also the author of the game. But this is the GM's world, right? This is not. What's happening to Reggie is no.
Oh no!
Where?
Damn it!
Wait a minute! What's happening to Reggie is what? We didn't hear what you said. Wait! What does that mean?
We'll never know.
Something so stupid.
We won't know. We'll never know. Well, we'll know in 2 weeks.
He's Reggie. If I can talk to this guy, and I find out what his deal is, Reggie might have to make 10 copies of himself.
oh dear Lord.
Yep. Why did he do it? I want to know why he made 10 copies of himself. I want to know what he knows that I don't.
He didn't do it intentionally. When he went into his own dream world, it wound up making copies of himself.
Well, I want to know how he did it. I want to know how it happened, and I want to.
I mean, I guess potentially he could have done it. I guess when Cordoba sent him into his own dream, he could have theoretically at that point realized that he could do it and made copies of himself, or it was a byproduct of that sort of like you can't have, two fucking Marty McFlys together, so that it as a byproduct just of him being there made all of these other copies as he went into his dream and like they just sort of like fucking popped up at random. There's no way for us to know that.
No.
Unless you are able to potentially talk to him, maybe.
Can you imagine the fucking hellscape that is Reggie's dream world?
Well, do you remember that time? Do you remember when I suggested that? I think we got to go into my dreams. And I don't remember what happened, but it was like...
Thank God we didn't.
It was like steered away from and casually. Yep. I'm like, maybe I'm just going to...
I think we all just kind of like looked away and
I
don't think none of us want to go there.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't even a Reggie thing. It was just like, all right, John, we're not doing that. Yeah, fuck. Okay, I guess he's an idiot for putting the guy into his own dream. What the fuck?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he didn't know, I guess, what was going to happen. But yeah, I mean, this is all his fault.
Yeah.
Because I can make some money, or I can, fucking make a better dream deck, or I can, whatever.
That's just tapping all. That's just hitting all my buttons.
Wait till we play Aliens, motherfucker.
I'm looking forward to having problems there too. Yeah, it's gonna be bad, but in the best way. It's gonna be bad in the best way. I'm gonna blow up wherever we are. You understand? I'm gonna take it all down.
Okay, see, it worked. It worked for a little while before he tried injecting Frank into his own dream world. The experiments were working with Susie.
Yes.
So he thought he was on the road to imagine if you could, like you're Susie, you buy the dream deck, you record your dream, and then anytime you want, all you gotta do is put on the helmet and you go back to that dream. Not only that, you can invite your friends to lay in their tub of goo and they can join you.
Right.
It's the whole never didn't stop.
That's a fucking killer product right there, man.
Oh God, they didn't stop to think. He didn't stop to think if he could. What was it? What's the line?
You thought about if you could, but not if you
Not
should.
if you should. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the case with these motherfuckers.
You are right, sir.
God damn it.
If there's nothing else that growing up in the neoliberal global world order has taught me, that's it.
Yeah, right.
Now let's all get angry before we go to bed.
Yay!
That's my normal. And have some angry dreams.
Yeah. All right. I think we're going to wrap it here. I got to go to work tomorrow super early. So we're going to blast out. So we'll do this again on the 7th. Jesse, Todd, if you guys want to throw something together and shoot me a date, if you want to record a single, one-off sort of thing, or we'll just, we'll do it next session.
Gotcha.
Sounds good.
All right. Sounds good.
And, post show.
Post show.
We already did it. We already did that. All right.
Birds of a feather.
All right. First, drink
Fly
my coffee,
coffee.
people.
Ooh, I gotta get some more of that. I burned through the one I had. It's delicious. Not even.
I actually have some coming. He put it in the mail on Thursday.
It's not even a thing. Like I like it. I just like it. It's good shit.
All right,
Links in the
guys.
show
As soon
notes.
as you can hear me, links in the show notes. Subscribe, like, smash that like button. We're likable. I'm out of here because
All
my
right.
internet sucks. I'll see everybody later. Bye.
Hey,
Bye, Todd. Thank you.
All right.
Coffee, Patreon.
Coffee
Yeah,
Patreon.
do things, I guess, whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point.
Do it, don't do it. The world doesn't matter.
Nothing matters.
All of the walls
Nothing
have
really
come down.
matters.
There's no reality.
Anywhere.
No,
There's a
exactly. Do
singular
whatever you
Reggie.
want because this world doesn't exist anyway. So
Every problem in your life, it's Frank's fault.
Blame it on Frank.
blame Frank.
God damn, we got this Frank guy. Oh, I can't even get into it. I want to talk to him so
Ugh,
bad.
Frank. Bleh. Frank.
Oh,
I had a boss named Frank. I feel the same way. And we're out.
yes, yeah.